Punching Up, a Nintendo podcast, is brought to you by you. If you want to learn how to support our show, go to patreon.com/laststandmedia. Hello everyone, welcome to episode 80 of Punching Up, Last Stand Media's weekly Nintendo podcast. I'm your host as always, Brad Elsa. Joining me are my two lovely co-hosts. We're going to start with Micah Moriarty this time. Buongiorno, Micah. Your favorite introduction, I love it. Very good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. The temps are dropping, football's back, the pool is closed, I'm in heaven. I've got some steaks to grill tonight, this is my season. As soon as the temps start to drop again, I'm back out at the grill because we do hit a point where it gets way too hot and it's just miserable to be out there. Now we're getting cool again. I'm thinking, man, next football day, maybe I'll do some ribs on the smoker. We're back.
Ooh.
Now we're back.
What's the temp there?
Oh, today was 75. So,
nice. Okay,
yeah, this is perfect. I mean, you can go way cooler than this and I'll still be happy outdoors, but this is perfect for me to be 75. Out at the grill. Mm-hmm. You're not sweating your ass off. It's fantastic.
Yeah, anything below 80s, very nice. Very
because with the humidity here, it just gets so bad. As soon as you cross 80, it's a little gross. Of course, though, most of the summer is 85 plus, and it's very gross. So This is excellent.
I gotta say also, Micah, I watched the edit Lockmore made of your stream with Colin, and that was fucking unhinged. I'm gonna watch that.
Oh, dude. Crazy. And the funniest thing is that I'm thinking of some of the things that didn't make the cut that were so much worse. We had fun on that stream. Shout out to the guy who commented trash, trying to force people to include the black female. No thanks.
Damn. Whoa, come on, guys.
As if I haven't worked here for how many years now?
I know.
We went too woke. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone. We will correct. We will course correct. We will come back better.
Yeah,
we're listening.
We'll. I think Maddie said this, but we'll paint you up white or whatever. We'll do white face for you.
Oh yeah,
exactly.
like Drewski. Yeah, we'll get the same makeup artist.
That's right. We got.
I'll settle for whoever did White Chicks with the weigh-ins. I'll settle for that.
Yeah, dude. What an insane movie. I can't believe that movie got made, dude.
Dude, man. That is the definition of a product of its time, but of the 2000s. Okay.
Yeah,
when you talk about Gone with the Wind and you're like, well, it's a product of its time. It's like White Chicks. same thing applies.
Of its time. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Song of the South. All the same. It's all the same. Gene Park, what's up, dude? I just had a nice conversation with you yesterday on Summon Sign. Thank you for being on that. It's great to hear your impressions.
A lot of me and Brad these days.
That's right, dude.
For sure.
You and me are quite the duo. We're on stuff a lot together.
Mm-hmm.
But I enjoy it. Gene, how are you today, dude?
Good. Very, very tired, actually. Very, very sleepy because I spent all night playing and beating Silk Song. And we can talk, of course, no spoilers. But can talk a little. Well, I didn't complete it too, so as any Hollow Knight player would know, beating and completing the game are two different goals, basically.
Yeah, so, I assume there's lots of optional.
Yeah, so I just beat it and looking forward to finishing it. But
cool.
Very, very tired.
Yeah.
Long week, but I'll be writing about a review about Silk Song soon enough.
Ooh, yeah.
I see a couple of reviews already going up on Metacritic. So.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's crazy, man. People are rushing through that game.
Yeah.
Really rushing through it.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta be the first one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
Yeah. But yeah, I've been playing Silk Song too. Got to play a little bit last night, and I was talking to Gene off camera before we started. A very annoying part, but it's done. God, thank God. I have defeated it.
Yeah. I actually talked about that side quest on Summon Sign, actually.
Oh, dude, when I did it yesterday, I was like, oh, this is probably what he was talking about.
That is exactly what I was talking about.
Yeah.
That exact side quest. I was like, dude, I think I just did the hardest thing ever.
Yeah. Hey, if you want to support us, go to patreon.com/laststandmedia and get early ad-free access to all of our shows. We greatly appreciate it. We could not do it without you guys over there, so thank you. Next, if you want some merch, go to laststandmedia.store. Mike over here will send it to you personally. You want some stickers, shirts, bunch of good stuff. Anything you'd recommend to the audience right now, Micah, in the merch lineup?
Oh, geez. Well, I will say we do still have the Stelly shirts available. We've sold quite a few of them since the show was canceled, and I appreciate that very much. And those people do really like that specific fabric that we did for the stealth tees. People really like. It's very soft, nice fabric. Highly recommend those. I'll also note that all the Habroxia orders from the pre-sale have shipped. Please clap. So thanks, everyone, for their patience. We got all those out the door on schedule. And I'm so glad that the project was a success. And also glad that it's behind us now. We still have copies available, but it is such a good feeling to have seen that number finally go down to 0. It went back up literally the next day because we got more orders, which we're very thankful for. But seeing the order queue cleared out for the first time in 3 months was fantastic.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, because you've been doing this for 12 weeks or something like that?
Yes.
Long time.
Yeah, it was 12 weeks. So it was June 13th to September 5th is when we were shipping them out. And so, it literally was my whole summer, basically, working on that project. And so just as a frame of reference, it was wow, to have it finally be done. Very good feeling. And we appreciate everyone who supported the game.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, everybody. Really appreciate it. I need to play one of those games sometime. I haven't played any of Colin's games. I need to play them so I can talk shit to him specifically as well.
They're too difficult for me. Every game he's made so far is I can't play these. I'm shit at them. I'm not good at
old school.
Well, that's the thing. I'm not good at platformers. So Super Perils, I'm out. Right. And I'm not good at the little shoot 'em up games either. They're not for me yet. I'm like everyone else, I'm eagerly awaiting the RPG that they're doing. Can't wait for that.
We need a Stardew Valley game from them. That's what we need.
Dude, I'm going to give you guys an update on Story of Seasons, but I'm disgusted with how much of it I've played. The game came out, 2 weeks ago? And I don't even want to admit how much of it I've played. It's fucking heinous.
That's awesome, dude. I love that, dude. Great time for games right now, man. And I just looked, and Trails in the Sky is 10 days away, so that's very alarming to me. Next Friday.
Oh, dude, yeah. I get my copy of Borderlands. Amazon said Monday. I'm fine with that. That's not a game that I gotta have it day one. I'm fine. I'm cool. Yeah. Monday delivery, A-okay. I'm gonna hop right in with that. But dude, we're getting there, man. All the games are coming out at once.
Oh man, it's already begun. Me and Gene are fucking drowning right now. I mean, you're drowning too. You're playing tons of shit. It's crazy. And it's annoying because there's a lot of good stuff that I like. I don't want to skip it if I can help it.
Yeah, that's something I mentioned to Colin, actually. So his disappointment with Lost Soul Aside not being as great as people hoped. But I was on the one hand, if you're going to wait for them to patch some stuff, now it's off your plate. And now you can jump into Chronos or whatever else you want to jump into. Borderlands, of course. It's just one of those. It's it's disappointing that the launch isn't what you wanted. However, it does kind of free up some time for you. And so he's been playing that at everybody's golf on the Portal when we watch football. But this is such a stacked lineup right now that having a game kind of disappoint you, but you're skipping it for now. It's not the worst thing.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing out there. Eugene Aka, not Naka, wrote in, said, no question today, just wanted to thank everyone at Last Stand for making some of the absolute best media content on the entire World Wide Web. Have an amazing day. Well, look at that. A nice comment. Feels good, man. Love the positivity. I'm just kidding. We get a lot from the audience. You guys are very good to us. Except the guy that complained that Mike is black or whatever on the show. All right. John Devine wrote in and said, greetings, Goombas. After realizing 2/3 of the Punching Up crew are AFI fans, I got to ask, what are your top 3 albums? For me, Black Sails in the Sunset is peak AFI, followed by Sing the Sorrow and The Art of Drowning. I'd also throw in all the Hollows EP as an honorable mention since it's not a full LP. Davey Havoc's basically a goth George Lucas now, but I prefer this look over the notorious emo Karen era. Has anyone since Bowie reinvented themselves this many times keep on fisting those bricks? Yeah, he is a goth George Lucas is a very funny way to describe him now. I like that a lot. That's good stuff. All right, Micah, I don't know, like, I do know you like AFI. I don't know, like, your history with the band or anything like that. Do you have 3 albums that you would say are your favorite?
I do. The thing is, though, I'm from the emo Karen era, and that's my favorite Davey Havoc era. I got into them in high school when a friend I made, so I went to my new high school, right? And a lot of my friends from my middle school went to a different high school, so I had to start all over with making friends, right? And so I made a new friend, and it was this goth kid. He was really fun and really nice, and he burned me a copy of December Underground. And it was like nothing I'd ever heard, and I loved it. And then I saw like the Miss Murder video and Love Like Winter, and I was just like, this is the most beautiful man I've ever seen in my life. Anyways, so that's still my all-time favorite is December Underground. That's still my all-time favorite album, probably. And then I do love Sing the Sorrow. I did go backwards and listen to their older stuff. And then I'll say, though, when Crash Love came out, I fucking love that album, too. It's very different. I love it. That, like, there are some of those songs on there that just have been stuck in my head from the moment I first heard it. I just love that album as well. So I appreciate their evolutions over the years. Yep. And in terms of Davey's look, this one's not my favorite, but he's free to be whatever he wants to be. He wants to look like Mark Twain. He can, it's fine. He'll change again
in a few years. It's fine. He's always evolving. Yeah, he is very Bowie-esque in that regard. For me, as let's see, John kind of wrote in the 3 he picked it's hard for me to say those might be my 3 favorite as well, but it's like, I gotta give a shout out to December Underground as well. I think that's an excellent album. I think it's very good. Shout out to Burials as well from 2013. But yeah, I guess I would go with the same as John here. Those 3 albums are fucking sick, really good. And All Hallows EP, fantastic. Have you heard that, Micah? Fantastic EP. You gotta listen to it.
Listen to it once at least.
Only in October. That's the only time I'll allow it because it's like all Halloween kind of themed and stuff like that. So I'll bust it out October 1st.
That's like my dad every year. Oh, I can't. There's a specific like Stephen King audiobook that he rents every October. It's Nightmares and Dreamscapes, I think, is the one. And he rents this audiobook every October from the library. My dad loves Halloween, and he gets into the spooky spirit for his commute to and from work.
Hell yeah. Does he put decorations on the outside of his house, unlike you?
I think they do pumpkins, but I don't know if they do more than that, honestly. I don't know. I know they do pumpkins. I think pumpkins and, I don't know, a little scarecrow or something. I could see them doing that. My mom's not super into Halloween, so.
Time to step your game up this year, Micah. I'm going to be pestering you.
You can pester all you want. The decorations go inside the house. Pressure.
She needs to put some decorations outside her house. Little spirit here, Micah. Don't be that neighbor.
You think peer pressure's going to work on me? All right. Maybe. Like... You think that's going to work on me? I've been the weirdo outcast my entire life.
Well, here, how about this? Everyone just annoy Micah with it then. Maybe that'll do it.
I'll just dig in my... But the thing is, there's Halloween in the house year round. If you were in the house, you'd know this is a spooky place all the time, and you'd celebrate that.
Yeah, very spooky having Kakashi back there and
well, you
Mr.
can't
Satan.
see. On the other side of the room, I got a little candy corn guy. I have a sign that says tarot readings. I have a little potion sign that's like a witch. It's like a witch lives in here. I got pumpkins in here all the time. Like, it's spooky in here.
Yeah, those Pusheen cats are very scary. That bass is very scary. The Mario running with his cape, very terrifying. Whatever you say. I mean, I guess the Squidward painting is terrifying, but...
in its own way, yes.
Yeah, it is. Gene, I don't know, man. Holidays, man. Are you a fan of holidays, like decorating and stuff?
No, and I'm also not a fan of AFI either. So,
damn, dude, what a wet blanket right now.
Holidays. I don't know. Yeah, I don't really celebrate holidays that much. Halloween, Christmas. I mean, Christmas is everyone loves Christmas, but
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, AFI. The reader is correct that I do not have any affinity for AFI inity for AFI. But has anyone since Bowie reinvented themselves this many times? The obvious answer is Mr. Kanye West. You know,
I guess fashion wise, not like traumatic look. Like he has had like 2 haircuts the entire time.
Well, yeah, he doesn't change his haircut. Like he's just bald most of the time. You know, shaved head.
Well, he goes off on the deep end, like doing anti-Semitic and
well, I mean, and then before that, he was all about worshiping God, right?
Oh
remember he had his God phase for like a year, right?
Yeah,
it really didn't last that long.
No.
And then before that, it was about his mom, and then it was his dad, and then it was Yeezus, and then it was like the 808s and Heartbreaks, you know.
Yeah.
And then graduate. Well, and before that was graduation. It was just like basically party central, and then college dropout. So yeah, Kanye is the modern day David Bowie, except that he lived long enough to become the villain. That's basically what it is.
Yeah. He sure has gone through it. I'll say that.
Yeah,
that guy is little unhinged, I'll say that.
Yeah.
There's still there's still nothing funnier than the ukulele cover of the Hitler song. There's still nothing funnier than that.
I'm so glad that Hitler song didn't like become like a hit or anything. Like,
but that ukulele cover fucking slaps.
But Kanye was really trying to like, you know, like, oh, I'm trying to make Hitler like, you know, popular or whatever, and like, you know, just trying to destroy the notion of we can't say how Hitler anymore. And I'm really glad that didn't happen.
Yeah. Thankfully, we're not so far gone that people are like, yeah, you know what? That sounds like a good idea.
The streets are not playing Heil Hitler right now. That's for damn sure.
No, the radio stations weren't like, you know what? We're going to play it.
Yeah.
I'm going to read
also,
this.
as we were talking, my browser started to run out of memory. So if I felt like...
browser's running out of mememory?
Yeah, so to save the audio, remember? Because
right.
We said we jinxed it. I jinxed it, and sure enough, I did. Dude. So I had to clear up some space.
Yeah. Let me read this too, because this is kind of connects better now. This is from Derek Beek. This one is from Micah, based on her discussions of Eminem last week. What is your favorite and least favorite album of his? I was once a huge Eminem fan in middle school, but like Colin with Nintendo, I feel like I grew out of his fast rapping and corny lyrics, though I still love his older music. I say the Eminem Show is by far my favorite, and Revival from 2017 is the worst album I've ever fully sat through from front to back. Just absolutely dreadful. I still listen to everything he puts out for some reason, but it is just so constantly mediocre. It feels like it's exclusively made for white Gen X men who wear Oakleys, call all other rap mumble rap, and are convinced Gen Z are trying to cancel him. I don't know. White guys, like Gen X guys with Oakleys, that sounds like Eminem. Isn't that him?
I mean, I guess making music for your fan base is bad.
Yeah, I am confused about that.
I don't agree that I think his stuff is consistently mediocre. I mean, first of all, just stop listening to it. My God. If you're going to sit through an hour-long album, just stop listening to it. Because I like his newer stuff a lot. I really like Music to Be Murdered By is an amazing album. I really loved Kamikaze as well for his like modern stuff. All-time favorite album is going to be Recovery. It just means so much to me. I just love that album. I mean, least favorite, I guess probably Revival. I didn't love it. It's not one I gravitate towards. I definitely didn't think it was that bad. It's just not my favorite. But I don't know. I like his modern stuff as well. I don't know. I'm not going to get political with it, but it's like I agree with Eminem and some of his stuff where he's like, the world's fucking soft. It's like, it is fucking soft out there. So I don't know. Maybe I'm a white Gen X man who wears Oakleys, whatever those are. But
you got some traits like that, I assume.
I like his stuff.
Like barbecuing and all that kind of stuff. There's
you know, yeah. I do like to barbecue. You know, I like to be out in the yard. You're the man of the house. You know, I drive a Subaru hatchback. It's, you know. It's all decked out in ruined stuff.
Subarus were the lesbian cars, weren't they?
Yeah, but like, what's a lesbian except for like a man, basically, you know? So like,
I guess. Yeah.
You know.
I don't know. Dustin drives one of those too, doesn't he?
He does. He does. We have the same car, almost the same color.
Well, Dustin is very lesbian coded, so.
Yeah. Sorry, Dustin. I know he's listening. He's like, what the fuck, dude?
He's like, how did I get brought up into this?
Yeah. Sorry. I don't know, dude. You were
It's funny because
host.
this was going to be the episode where I was going to pretend to like make fun of Dustin and then say like, no, you know what? Because like Dustin, I was going to make fun of Dustin like not finishing Hollow Knight completely. Like he only finished like 50%. And I was like, that's because Dustin is like not a real gamer, right?
Damn, dude. Whoa.
I was going to say that, but it's like, no, but like Dustin works his ass off though, including editing the show and producing the show. He is executive producer of LSM. So I was going to be like, no, you know, people need to cut him some slack, man. We're working him pretty hard, but
yeah, he's a busy man.
He is lesbian coded though, so.
Oh man. Dude, speaking of Dustin, we need to get him on the show, I guess, still with this Tingle outfit that's been like going on for a year or something that he has to do.
I don't even remember this, honestly, so.
Well, Dustin, you gotta let me know, dude, when you want to be on the show in your Tingle outfit. And after all this time, I expect the cosplay to be very good. So that'll be good. And you gotta do a little Kunin Pa as well if you're on the show. All right, let's stop making fun of Dustin. Let's get into the news, actually. Let's see here. Nintendo is no longer repairing 2DS XLs and 3DSs. And the end of an era. This support from Nintendo is dead on these handhelds. This is a tweet from Nintendo CS on X or Twitter. Due to the depletion of parts inventory required for repairs, we have terminated the repair service for the new Nintendo DS LL console as of September 4th, 2025. Parentheses. Repair service for all other Nintendo 3DS series have also been terminated. So if you have a 3DS, 2DS, anything like that from that generation, and you want some official Nintendo repairs on it, it's over, dude. The end of an era. Luckily, my 3DSs are in good shape. Gene, what do you think about this?
Pretty tough, man. It's pretty, you know, it's tough to deal with, but it's got to happen sometime, I guess.
Yeah, it does have to happen sometime. Yeah, I don't expect them to support it forever. Absolutely. Micah, any thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, it just highlights how long these systems have been out. So it's just a little sad to see. Don't expect them to continue this program forever. But it is more just like, man, it's just a reminder of how long I've owned my 3DS. And I'll note, too, that people in the replies were posting links to places, you know, trustworthy places to buy like batteries and such. Like if you only need a simple repair, simple in quotes, of like replacing the battery, you know, people had some links of trustworthy spots to buy those. So, you know, users will have to get a little more savvy if their, you know, unit breaks and they do want to attempt to repair it. Please be careful buying batteries online. Yes. Don't buy anything too sketchy.
Please be careful. Make sure you go to someone that you trust with your hardware and all that kind of stuff. Because you never know. You don't want to get bamboozled. Bamboozling, fun. Bamboozled, not fun.
Like bad batteries are like, this is me putting on like my mom hat for a minute. Like batteries are sketchy if you buy them from the wrong places. I saw like an Instagram reel recently of somebody just left their like, you know, battery pack that you like plug your phone into, like an external battery, and their dog like bit it. And I'm not saying your dog should do that, but it immediately caught fire. Like the dog bit it once, it was like exploded. And then the dog like's backing away and just jumps off the couch and leaves it and the fire starts. The people were fine. They posted it. But it was just like, holy shit, be careful with your batteries.
Yeah, be careful.
Buy them from trustworthy brands.
Yeah, that is insane. But yeah, I guess this is actually officially now the end of the 3DS, 2DS era. You know, the eShop's gone. They don't sell them anymore new that I'm aware of. And they're no longer supporting it repairs-wise. So it's officially completely over now. Rest in peace, 3DS. We loved you. You're a fun handheld. We appreciate your service. Yeah, salute to the 3DS, the service. Had a good time on that system. Lots of fun games. Highly recommend getting one if you have not gotten one already. So much fun stuff.
Absolutely. There's still so much to play on 3DS. There's still so much for me to play and still discover. So definitely recommend if you could find one at a reasonable price, and whether you do the cool thing and hack it or you collect the physical games like I do, there's still a lot to find out there, and still some pretty decent deals. Like we discussed last week, like Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time were like $30 new on Amazon.
Yeah,
I mean, not exorbitant at all. So you can there are still plenty of affordable games to be had on the system. In addition to like some of the wild collector's items, there's plenty of stock though at like GameStop used. It might not be in ideal condition, like it might be missing the case and all that, but their prices aren't terrible on a lot of the DS and 3DS library.
Yeah. I don't know. Let's shout out one 3DS game that we love so much, just in honor of it. I will just say Link Between Worlds, shout out. Love you. Great game. Super fun. Thanks for the fun memories. Micah, say your dragon game, whatever the fuck it's called again.
It's 7th Dragon 3 Code VFD. Link Between Worlds was also great because I played that for the first time recently, and it was excellent.
Yeah. Gene, any 3DS game you want to shout out real quick?
Oh, God, there's way too many. I'll just say Kid Icarus, just so we can get it back someday. You know.
There you go, Kid Icarus.
The game that you have to have your hands like pretzeled in order to play it.
Well, another reason why I'm thinking about it is because like I'm playing Silksong, and dude, my fucking hands hurt so much after playing that game. Like the platforming, it's not even the boss fights, dude. It's platforming. Anyways, we'll talk about it later. But yeah. I'm thinking about Kid Icarus because Silksong is also like, and I'm playing like using a regular ass controller, and my hands are like
You're gonna end up having to get one of those like grip exercise things that you to end up getting one of those.
Yeah,
absolutely. All right, next thing we got here, some Star Wars 2 Outlaws, Star Wars Outlaws info on Switch, and I thought this was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So Rob Benton, one of the designers of Ubisoft's Snowdrop engine, said on Blue Sky when we were replying to one of the Digital Foundry guys, because they were talking about I think the game being a key card and stuff like that, wide speculating and stuff like that. And Rob said, Shadow Drop relies heavily on disc streaming for its open world environments. And we found the Switch 2 cards simply didn't give the performance we needed at the quality target we were going for. I don't recall the cost of the cards ever entering the discussion, probably because it was moot. So there's been lots of, complaining about the key cards and stuff like that, the game's not being on the cart fully and all that kind of stuff. But this is an interesting thing about the reason it is not, it seems like right here, is because of the card's limitations itself. Not like the flash, or what does it see? I just totally forgot what the, wherever they need to stream the open world and all that kind of stuff in the carts could not handle it. So this kind of got me thinking, I'm like, man, is this just going to get even worse for game key card stuff in the future on third party fronts, just because even if they decide to spend the extra cash or something like that for the bigger cartridges that we've heard about, might not be good enough for these versions to work. Micah, as a card enthusiast, I mean, both of you are, but we'll start with you first, Micah. What do you think about this? Is this alarming to you for the future?
I mean, I guess somewhat, because I do think that third party support really matters. The transparency, though, is appreciated, and it makes me say, then that's okay. If you have to do this as a key card for it to perform better, then that's okay with me. If it's about performance and not about the cost, then I say, well, thanks, Dev, for prioritizing that and being transparent about it. It's like, I'm a very layman when it comes to that end of the tech. So it's like, am I to understand that what they're saying is that in terms of reading the game, like it reads better off of a disc than it does off the cartridge. Like the disc would perform better than a cartridge would, and that's the problem.
Yeah, I assume so.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that sucks. And Nintendo's insistence on continuing cartridges is what it is. But also it's like, yeah, it's a handheld system. Are we going to go teeny discs again? Is that going to be better or worse?
Right.
It does just, unfortunately for me, kind of spell the digital age is coming. We know that.
It's coming. Can't hide.
But it's because it's the knocking on the doors getting louder. So it's unfortunate, but I do appreciate the transparency and getting an answer about that.
Yeah. Gene, what do you think, man? Do you have any fears for the future of third parties we even get further?
But like at the same time, not to make this all about Silksong, but it's like Silksong just came out and it's a way better game than Star Wars Outlaws.
It is. Mm-hmm.
I would rather, I don't know. I'm hoping that some the physical. Here's what frustrates me about this whole conversation about like, because I always see on social media, right? Let me back up. I always see on social media like, why is everyone so mad about Game Pass? Game Pass is for the consumer, right? It's not even most of the industry though. It's not a danger, barely anyone uses Game Pass, blah blah blah, right? And it's like, are you guys stupid? Like do you not see how the industries of film and music have been destroyed by this always online streaming future, right? Hollywood can barely make a buck. The types of movies that are being made are we don't get white chicks anymore. Right?
We don't,
because you can't make white chicks because that's only going to make $20 million in the box office versus $500 million for Superman, right? And that you can just download on your HBO Max or whatever, right? With music, all of these fucking artists have to go on tour and change their faces like AFI's Davey Havoc all the time, just to be attractive, and they're 50 and they're still going at it, because music doesn't pay them enough either, just selling music, right? Games can go on tour, Kojima's going on tour, but not everyone's Kojima, so I just feel like people don't see how this is just going to ruin everything, really, It's going to make games worse. It's going to make access to games worse. So I hate it whenever I hear it everywhere. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. And it's like, why are you giving up fighting? Why are we all giving up fighting? Just because fucking Microsoft says so?
Yeah. What do you think? What advice would you give to people then, I guess, to address it?
I don't know. Bully the companies more, Bully the publishers about this goes beyond Nintendo, right? I mean, right. Yeah, we should be bullying publishers to buy in on actual cartridges versus game key cards, right? But it's like, but there's just not enough of us, though. There's just not enough of me to bully PlayStation into doing this. There's enough of us in Japan to do it, but fat ass fucking lazy Americans who just need convenience all the time. We'll just sit on our TVs and be like, oh, well, it's right here on my TV, though, so I'll just sit down here and just do it, Just fucking consume,
No, it sucks. And because one of the things, too, this was, news several weeks ago, but when Capcom announced that they would be counting game key cards as digital sales, and it's like, even that then doesn't count to them as you being a physical customer. And it's like, so what's to stop them from just not offering that down the road? Like, even from the standpoint of, I want to buy as many physical games as I can, when a publisher decides that key cards count as digital, and it's like, I'm really not making a statement at all to them. That's the part that like sucks, is even when if they're going to count the numbers, then even buying the key cards when they're offered and saying, yeah, we at least want this. And it's like, do they care? Does it matter? I'm going to keep buying as many physical games as I can and buying the versions that are on cartridge when I can. But it's like, for these companies, it's like they just seem to not give a fuck about physical customers.
Because it's cheaper, that's why, and that's why, there was a story about fucking Final Fantasy Tactics having the remake needed to be remade because Square just fucking threw away the source code, you know? So they had to go into emulation sites and pull the hacked ROMs out of there and build from that, because Square Enix doesn't give a fuck either, The only people that actually care are the enthusiasts who are keeping things around,
Yeah, I think they had to do that with Kingdom Hearts 1 as well.
That's crazy.
They lost a lot of those source code.
I guarantee you that Bloodborne was just thrown out somewhere too, like when Sony closed down Japan Studio. They're like, we don't need it. Bloodborne. It only sold 2 million. It's fine.
It's like that guy who accidentally threw out his like Bitcoin wallet, and it's worth like several like $100 million. I don't know if you guys heard about that. I think it's in the UK, and it's been several years, and he has continued to like petition the landfill to let him just go search it, as if he'll find a single hard drive in an entire landfill like 7 years later. I think he finally gave up the search, but that's where the source files end up. They just went out in the bin with some guy's lunch.
Yeah. Let me read this from King Pelican 2831. Hey, Punches, with the recently released Star Wars Outlaws 2... Oh, I'm sorry. Before I read all this, there is a demo coming for Star Wars Outlaws 2 on Switch sometime in the future. So if you're curious about that, you want to see how it runs, keep an eye out. All right, back to King Pelican. Hey, Punchers, with the recent release Star Wars Outlaws on Switch 2 getting some high praise online, how are we feeling about the future of third-party support on Switch 2? I myself enjoy playing third-party games on the Switch 2, and I think the future is bright. Anyways, thanks for the time and keep fisting that chicken. I think overall there's still going to be a lot of third-party support on Switch, but however, if you are in some, not niches or anything like that, but if you're a physical collector like Micah and Gene here, might be a little more rough going in the future for seeing stuff like even now with ports not being able to fit on the cart all the way and stuff like that. So if you are not a key card fan and stuff like that, it might be pretty rough generation for you is what I'm going to suspect from a third party front. First party, I think you'll be okay for at least the entire generation. I assume Nintendo seems pretty good about putting their entire games on carts. But yeah, overall third party, I know, Michael, we're still very early into the Switch 2's life cycle, but we're seeing a lot of interesting trends here happening already. Do you think the future's bright for third party on Switch 2?
I would agree with that in terms of the games that will come over. But I also, like you said, I am having diminishing hope about the physical releases for these games. So I'm not worried that, we're not going to get any good third-party games on Switch 2. That's not what I'm concerned about. It is just disappointing to think, they're probably going to be on keycard or not at all, which just sucks. And the problem, too, is that my second console is Xbox, which also not doing great for physical games like Gears. Right. The Gears remastered, they did a physical release on PlayStation and not for Xbox. So for their own console, I couldn't buy that disc. You could only buy it for PlayStation. Yeah. So unfortunately, the third party market for me, it may start to be more digital releases. I mean, like Final Fantasy 16 on Xbox, that was digital only. I hated having to buy that digital. I hated it.
Yeah. I know we kind of talked about this already, Gene, but any more thoughts about third-party future on Switch 2?
I think I'll be fine. You know, the companies will make it work. You know.
Yeah. Okay. All right, let's move on to the next thing we got right here. We got a very small Final Fantasy 7 Remake Part 3 and Kingdom Hearts 4 updates that I just want to read really quick. This is from, I'm getting this off Twitter from, how do I say this? Ataki Mochi, I believe. But this is Audrey from Twitter. She does a lot of Square Enix, like translation. Like that. Yeah, she's great. But there was a Ever Crisis event, I think for the second anniversary, which is the mobile Final Fantasy 7 game. And Nomura spoke a little bit on Part 3 in Kingdom Hearts 4. She translated this quote, so I'm going to read what she wrote. There is like a 40-minute clip, if you two want to watch it, where it's Nomura actually talking. She translated it. But basically, what he says is both games are making great progress. They have already decided on when they will make the big announcement for Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 3, so stay tuned. And I also bring this up because we are getting Final Fantasy VII Remake on Switch 2 sometime this winter, apparently. But also, Nate the Hate, who is a very reliable leaker, especially on Nintendo, said Rebirth is coming to Switch 2 and Xbox in 2026. So you get your answer on how it runs on Switch 2 next year. With some well-utilized DLSS, Square Enix can deliver Rebirth on Switch 2. So the entire trilogy is probably going to make its way over to Switch 2, maybe sooner than later, which would be very interesting. Gene, as a fan of Final Fantasy VII Remake especially, exciting news, I guess. Maybe news sooner than maybe we think. I don't think we'll get anything till next year, maybe, but Game Awards is possible.
Re3 comes out on launch date for Switch 2. That'd be nice. That'd be a nice.
Yeah, that would be interesting.
That'd be a nice little celebration of the trilogy, you know, to cap it off on launch day on Nintendo. And you know, Square is probably going to be trying to do that too, because the Square Enix is loudly and proudly saying, "Oh my God, PlayStation fucking sucks. We're not selling enough on PlayStation enough right now." You know, and it's a little weird because like, you know, and we talked about this I think last week, but Capcom's president also saying like, "Yeah, man, the PlayStation is just not doing it for us right now." You know,
too expensive. He said. Too
expensive. Yeah.
I think Monster Hunter Wilds has problems beyond that.
Oh, for sure.
I think a lot of it is hope from him.
I think he is Monster Hunter Wild for saying that.
Yeah, he's pretty wild for saying that.
Thank you, Micah. Thank you. I do believe he is Monster Hunter Wild for saying that, but like it is weird how all these Japanese executives are just coming out and saying, "Yeah, fucking PlayStation though, man. Like, what are you doing for us these days?"
Maybe they're trying to put pressure on them or something. I don't know.
Yeah, something's going on. So like, I wouldn't be surprised if FF7 Re3 comes out on the Switch 2 day and date.
Yeah.
Maybe not Xbox, but
I think it will. I wouldn't rely on the sales of the Xbox version, but
no,
I think if it's gonna be on Switch 2, it'll be.
If they're making a PC version, and a Switch version, because you would probably want to release it on the PC too. Absolutely, you know. So
yeah,
make that shit run on Steam Deck too, baby. That'd be awesome if it does.
Yeah.
Hopefully it just uses the same text as Rebirth. Dude, fucking Rebirth looks amazing, man. I was just thinking about Rebirth last night, and I was like, man, what an amazing game that was, you know? Like, when you're in that game, it's beautiful. It's perfect. Kind of want to play it again.
Yeah, me too. I'm saving a playthrough.
No.
I'm not going to play it again. I'm not going to play it again.
Neither of you. You're not allowed to play it again. You've played it enough already.
I'm playing it again. You can't stop me.
Brad, it's fucking ridiculous, Brad. It's ridiculous. What do you mean?
It's one of my favorite games.
Stop replaying it, Brad. You've had enough. All right. Did you get to Is This Seat Taken?
Yeah, I actually played some of that.
Did you finish it?
No, but you know what, Mike? I kind of got annoyed with it because it's like here's like 5 things of the bus, okay? Here's 5 things of the movie theater. Here's 5 more things of the bus. I'm like, what are we doing? I'm already back on the bus, Micah, here, putting these little guys already. Like, I just did this.
The whole thing is transit. I mean, most of the game is transit, you know, planes, trains, you know.
Yeah, I know, but I'm like, not the bus again already. Already?
Bradley, people ride the bus every single day of their lives.
I know, but I just did this. Like a level ago.
How many situations in life are you like you can't do the checkout at the grocery store, you know? Like how many situations are you sitting near someone?
Brad lives in Southern California where they have the worst bus system like of all time. Like
yeah. Well, yeah. Buses aren't I mean, I don't use the bus here, but
yeah, no, I used a bus in Southern California, at least back in the early 2000s, and that shit never came on time. Like, I remember just being out in the middle of nowhere and just waiting for a fucking bus. I'm just like, what am I doing here? There's like nothing here. There's nobody around me. There's no buildings. I'm just at a bus stop in limbo, and I'm waiting for the bus that's like 45 minutes late. This is crazy. I'm just trying to see my girlfriend, you know?
Yeah. Southern California particularly is like, you kind of need a car here. I mean, you can do it without a car, but it's a severe inconvenience.
They do not give a shit about public transit there.
Yeah. It's way nerfed here compared to that.
Yeah.
But anyways, I do like the game, Micah, but like, all right, let's get another fucking thing here before I come back to this. It's a little too early. All right. Not the bus again. All right. We just did the fucking bus. I do like the game.
You heard it here, folks. Fucking bourgeoisie Bradley. Too good for the bus. You won't sit on the bus.
That has nothing to do with the bus.
He doesn't want to hang out on
the
bus.
I used to take the bus to the beach, man.
No, the funniest thing with that game, though, it has infiltrated my brain in a way that I think about it when I'm out and about. If I'm sitting in a waiting room and like somebody walks in, I'm like, don't sit near me, you know, and I'm the little guy who says like wants to sit alone.
Yes, the guys that like want to sleep and sit alone.
Yeah, like we're going to be going to a movie for the first time in maybe like a year because the Downton Abbey movie's coming out soon. And all I can think of in my head is like where I want to be seated and don't fucking bother me.
There's
and
a Downton
sharing
Abbey
popcorn.
movie coming out?
The third one, yes.
Yeah, I was
there's 2 others? No kidding. Wow.
Yeah, and this is Downton, the grand finale. This is it. The end of the series, presumably.
I didn't know TV shows still get movies. That's awesome.
Yeah, Downton. The last one was in theaters. I don't know if the first one was, but we saw the last one in theaters. Maybe that was 2 years ago. And then they're doing this one, a theatrical release, which is fantastic. We love Downton.
I remember when the TV show getting a movie was a huge deal. The fucking Simpsons movie. The Simpsons movie was like mind blowing, dude.
It's so good.
Whoa, 2 hours of the Simpsons. That's awesome.
It still holds up.
Beavis and Butthead, Do America, of course.
Oh yeah. South Park, yeah.
South Park, the movie, the musical, incredible show. I remember when Arrested Development was supposed to be a movie too, to finish off the end of season 3, and then they just made season 4 instead.
Yeah. What were we talking about? Oh,
Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. Can't wait to play it again.
Yeah.
I'm playing that shit again.
We're going to play it again. Yeah, Brad and I are going to play it again just to spite everyone.
I'm not playing it yet, but I'm going to play it again in the future.
I'm going to play it like during like when it gets like nice and cozy in the winter. Like that'll be a nice and cozy game for sure.
I don't think I'll make it until at least next year because there's too much shit I want to play still.
Forget the new games, Brad. Just play Final Fantasy Rebirth again.
I mean,
forget all the new stuff.
I do the philosophy of I play what sounds fun to me. And if it's a replay, so be it.
And if I want to play Zelda, Wind Waker for the 50th time, I'm going to do it.
Yeah. I will do it again. I will do it again.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, man. Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I know Brad.
I do know people that just can't replay games. They're like life is all about new experiences. Why are you going about old experiences? I was like, I get that, but
I hate. The thing is that I hate change, and I generally hate new things. The biggest problem is that when it comes to games and like memorizing the story, it just feels so familiar to the point of boredom to replace certain things. Like there are some games that I'm just like, I just can't sit through this again. Like it was excellent, but I remember it too well for it to feel any sort of fresh the second time around. And you just feel bored. And it's also just depending on the type of games I play. Like Xenoblade Chronicles 2 took me 80 hours. I'm not going back.
Well, I'm not. I've only played the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 twice, and I'm good on that. So I'll get that.
Yeah.
But, I'm not Rebirth is nice and snappy though. I don't know.
Yeah. What are you gonna? Are you not gonna play Tales of Exilia, Micah, when it comes out again? The remaster.
No. I've never played that one, so I am gonna play it.
Okay. What about Berseria?
No, that's one of the Tales I didn't get to, and I'm super stoked about it. But like, if I was gonna replay a Tales game, it would be Berseria, because it's like my number 2 favorite, and it's also just such a departure from standard story formula. Like you're like,
I thought it was your favorite. Is Arise your favorite?
My favorite is Tales of Hearts R. That's my favorite.
Oh, right, the Vita game.
And then second place is Berseria. It's a very close second place, like winning by a hair. But Berseria is such a cool story concept that I just love it. And I think it's just excellent. But yeah, just when it comes to replaying stuff, I don't know. Like The Last of Us is super replayable to me, but it's because the gameplay is so strong, and I probably would skip the cutscenes at this point. But it's like the gameplay is so strong that I'm like, and Last of Us Part 1, obviously. But there are other games that I'm like, I just can't do it again.
Dude,
like I can see that scene in my head. I can't do it.
Rebirth has such good gameplay. So
it does.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, haven't you beaten The Witcher like 3 times too or something?
It's like 2.5 times. I was on my third playthrough. That has different endings though. It's a completely different. Player choice is a major component. The Witcher is a completely different game depending on what you choose. Like the Whispering Hillock, it's like, what do you do in that scenario? Like, do you trust the townspeople? You trust the talking tree? What do you do? Like, you can play that game and make completely different choices the second time around. It's a whole new game. Completely different ending.
Combat's not, and the gameplay's not.
The gameplay and the combat are top tier.
They are not. They are not.
What? Oh, they are not. Good, Bradley. If you can't handle,
I beat on Death March.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't. You didn't beat the spirit of it. If you were so begrudging
about it.
The spirit
of it. I got the full cat outfit. All right.
Do you even like Gwent? Did you even enjoy Gwent?
Gwent's okay.
What do you mean it's okay?
It's okay.
I played it just, dude. Like I was waking up the bloody bear and I'm like, come play Gwent with me,
triad. I'm sorry.
Get the hell out of your house and come play Gwent with me right now.
Geralt, I'm bleeding. You want to play Gwent?
Dude, my third playthrough, I spent so much time playing Gwent. I got so distracted. I just loved, and I am forever disappointed that the standalone Gwent game sucks because it's not
from people.
It's not the same. They changed it so fundamentally. All I wanted was for them to take Gwent exactly the way it was and just make it a standalone game. They didn't do that.
You don't like change.
And I'm like, why'd you change it? Why'd you change it? I liked it the way it was. It
oh shit, Gene, that reminds me. Queen's Blood. When I replay Rebirth, dude, I'm looking forward to that.
That's right. I never finished. The Queen's Blood quest.
Ooh,
I never finished the Queen's Blood. I finished it all the way up to the last fight, and I was like, "This last fight is bullshit, dude." I
can't it's the final fight, dude. It's supposed to be really hard.
It's super hard, dude. I was like, "Wow!" I was stuck on it for like an hour, and I was like, "You know what? I'll come back to this." I learned how to play in Queen's Blood. I forgot how. Now I have no idea how to play Queen's Blood now, right. But I did master it, and I was doing so good up until that last fight. So.
It's better than Gwent.
That's why I gotta play Rebirth again, man. Because I gotta learn how to play Queen's Blood from the start. You know.
Yeah. Man, Rebirth's a great game, dude. Fuck yeah.
It's a great game, man. Like I do feel like people kind of underrate it a little bit. You know.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Like it's not like people hate the game, but like I think people forget that it's like I think it's just greater than people think it is. You know.
Yeah, I agree. It's underrated, dude.
So good.
Kingdom Hearts 4 though, update. As a Kingdom Hearts fan, this is exactly what I'm used to. Development is going smoothly.
Kingdom Hearts is going to be my next Silksong, right? Because that's another anticipated game that a series that I haven't really gotten into.
Then you're going to be all fucking about it, dude. You got a lot of games to play though.
I'm going to be wearing Kingdom Hearts hoodies, you know,
Hell
like a nobody or whatever, you know.
Hell yeah, we're going to give you a nobody name.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a nobody name, whatever the fuck that means. You know, I love how I don't actually know what that means. Kind of, you know, I love that. And I'm sure when I see it, I was like, oh, that makes sense. It's obvious. It's like Final Fantasy, you know.
You just put an X in your name and rearrange the letters in some way. Yeah,
Xenopark, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. Yes, that's gonna be a good day when that happens. Yeah, we just need more Kingdom Hearts stuff just for Gene to get excited about the series. Then he's gonna play it. You can play it all on Steam Deck, Gene.
I know. I fucking bought the series twice. I bought it on PlayStation and I bought it on Steam Deck. So you know. Yeah, waiting for that Nintendo version, but you know, I might just play it on Steam Deck. It's fine. Yeah, I love my goddamn little Steam Deck right here.
Yeah. You know? Yeah. I mean, you can play it on Switch. You just gotta play cloud versions for a lot of stuff.
Switch.
Oh boy. Good old Switch. All right. Micah.
Yes.
What have you been playing?
Okay, so yeah, I'm still working on Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar. I've been playing it a lot. I'm very upset though. So I had mentioned to you guys previously that the relationship system is weird, and it's just getting weirder. And I just have to say, like, this is a fundamental part of the game for people who love Story of Seasons and Harvest Moon. Like, getting married and making friends is a big part of the game. And this game is really weird because the relationship cutscenes often don't involve you, but it's the cutscene showing that you've been... Okay, so like, I'm becoming better friends with the mayor's daughter, right? Like, and it said that I had a new scene to watch. I'm like, oh, cool. So I go to her house. The scene is her talking to two other people. I'm not in it. I'm not in the conversation. I'm not involved. And that scene is a tick up on our relationship scale of us being better friends. And that's fucking weird. And in any other game, you would have a scene where the two of you are talking and you're deepening your bond and your friendship. You learn something new about them. And in this game, consistently, it's you watching, like, sometimes you're involved. Sometimes you are involved. But so frequently, it's you just watching other people interact with each other. And you're not part of it. And it's like, how did that make me a better friend of hers?
Yeah, that's so weird.
The thing is, with the romantic side of it, it's the same shit. And it's just kind of weird. Sometimes you're involved in the scene, but it's like the dude that I have the most hearts with still like barely talks to me, and it's just more talking like at me. It's weird. This is the first one of these I've played where I don't actually feel like I'm becoming friends with the villagers. It's kind of just like I'm there watching them become better friends with each other. It's very weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
Another thing I dislike is they ask you for favors, as they shall, and they'll ask you for items. The problem, though, is that when they need the favor, you can't gain any more friendship points with them until you complete it. Some of these are really fucking difficult. Some of them will take you a while if you don't have the stuff on hand. And it's like, here goes like an entire in-game month where I can't raise friendship with that person because they want this item. I don't have it. And it takes me, weeks to get it in-game. And like, so for example, my relationship with Arata is moving right along. However, he has asked me to catch a guardian fish, which is a super rare fish. I can't fucking catch it. I have spent real life hours on this. I've read guides. I've bought the special bait. It don't fucking work. Like and it's like you have tied this relationship to fucking a random occurrence. I gotta catch the fucking fish. I can't catch it. And it just is. It's like, I can't give him any, like, I can't raise the relationship points at all any further till I do that. I've lost a month because of this, basically. Of normally you talk to them every day, give them a present, and that's how the relationship goes up. With this, you just have to wait until you get the special item. And to get the guardian fish, you don't need it, but there is special bait for it. To get the bait, you have to trade trash that you fish for the bait. Trash is also random. So to get the random fish and get the bait that doesn't even help, by the way, because I've been using it and I still can't fucking get one. And then you got to get another random item to even get it. It sucks. I'm getting upset. I got to cool off. But I like the game a lot. I've put 50 hours into it at this point, and I am having fun, I think, still, but I'm getting very upset because it's like, I don't know, if I choose a different guy to marry, like arbitrarily, am I going to run into another thing where he's going to be like, I want this randomly generated item? And it's like, God damn it, or did I just get unlucky and I picked the one guy who had like a random component and not something I can just grow and or make? So I'm getting upset.
Which guy did you pick again?
His name is Arata, Arata.
Arata.
He's just like the only one that doesn't look like a child.
Yeah. Yeah. Arata.
But I'm just getting fucking upset. And so I want to be done with this soon. I like it a lot. The market aspect is still fun. I've kind of shifted away from farming and more towards minerals and jewelry making, which has been fun. Kind of mix up the gameplay. You can really do whatever the hell you want, which is great. But yeah, the relationship shit's weird. It's very weird. Like, I don't feel like I know him at all. For example, playing Story of Seasons Trio of Towns, okay, and Ford, the doctor that I fell in love with, all right, and he's very buttoned up, very kind of like, doesn't really want to talk to you. And he warms up to you. And you learn about him and you learn about his past. That's the whole point, right? Like, that's the whole thing. I don't know fucking shit about this guy in Grand Bazaar. All I know is that his grandpa was a martial artist. That's all I know. I don't know anything about him. I don't feel close to him at all. Apparently we're getting quite close to marriage, apparently, according to the heart meter. But I don't know a goddamn thing about this guy. It's just really weird. It's really weird that they didn't write, I don't know, they didn't actually write the romance. We're just I just bring him a bowl of rice every day and he's very excited about it. But like, I don't know him. I don't know first thing about him. Except that he likes rice and working out. So I don't know, the relationship aspect in this game gets 2 thumbs down. Everything else gets 2 thumbs up. But I just want to get married and be done with it. Because I got to play Borderlands on Monday when that comes out. But I don't know, if I can't catch this fucking fish, I'm gonna be very upset. Colin keeps telling me to just be single and work on myself, but like, fuck that. Fuck that. And Eric, oh my God, Eric wrote me a letter
The guy
he
you can't.
Wrote me a letter. Yeah, he wrote me a letter telling me him and his wife were going on a 2-day trip. Like, I want to fucking know.
Get owned, dude.
He titled it "Taking a Vacation with a Goddess." Like I want to fucking know. And then he asked me for some vegetables, and of course I was like, "You can have them." He's like, "They're for my wife." I wanted to throw it right at his head. I was like, "I can't believe you're doing this to me," you know? Like, what the fuck, Eric? I keep telling Colin, like, I hope she's ugly. I was like, I hope she dresses like shit.
Man, that's so funny, dude.
So that also upsets me greatly because Eric just does not understand how much happier he'd be with me than with her. But that's fine. Wow. That's all fine.
Anything else, Mike, or just that?
It's just that right now.
Okay, that's fine. That's totally fine. I know you've been playing a lot.
I just want to get married so bad, and I want that game to be in the rearview mirror. I mean, it's excellent. It's excellent. But I'm ready to be done with it. And I was up until like 4 a.m. trying to catch that fucking fish. I was just getting more and more angry. And then I couldn't sleep because I was getting so annoyed. It's destroying my life. These games do something to me. Farming games are very dangerous for me. And this one has the formula down in terms of farming and running your little store and everything. Fucking, if you get addicted to things like I do, you better watch out.
Better watch out. All right.
I actually want to hear your thoughts on Gears of War. Whatever, Reloaded, whatever. You know.
It's fantastic.
Because you guys played it on stream last week, and I believe you haven't played it more since then. But
no, not yet. We're gonna beat it together. Hopefully this weekend. We wanted to get into it last weekend, but we had a birthday party on Saturday, and then Sunday's football day. But maybe we'll finish that this Saturday. No, I mean I think it's excellent. I have seen a lot of complaints about the controls. People don't like the roadie run system, for example. It's just Gears. It's one of those things like it's just not how it's played. You know, like people saying like the sprint feels weird. And it's like, well, you're not really supposed to be sprinting around. It's sprint from cover to cover. You know,
it's
like
a direct line. It's like a direct magnetic line from cover to cover.
Exactly.
You're not supposed to be moving around or sprinting around or anything like that.
No, you are not quick. You are heavy. This is one of the games. Part of what I love about it is that Gears makes you feel heavy. That armor is heavy. You are
Slam
solid.
Your fucking ass to that wall, right? Seriously.
Exactly. And so it's just not how it's played. And I've seen people complaining that, the running, you can't maneuver while you're running. It's like, you're not supposed to. You really are supposed to look up, I'm going to go to that cover. You sprint to it, lock into it. And and continue. Yep. And so, the snappy feel of it.
There's no other game that really feels like that, actually. You know, there's so many cover shooters, but no other game feels like Gears of War. That snappiness, you know.
No, and I'll say that for a military themed shooter, the story is understandable. I say that because even Call of Duty, sometimes the campaigns get so out of hand. You're like, I don't know what the fuck's going on anymore. Gears is very straightforward. We're going here. We're rescuing these guys. We're going here. We're going to plant this bomb. All right. And I appreciate that. It's just quite clear what you're doing. But yeah, I love the characters still. Obviously, in this very first game, we don't get as much personality from them, but you do get some. You get some of the backstory that Coltrane was a thrashball player. You get some of Baird's snark. That comes out more and more in the subsequent games and their friendship and all that. But this does have more than I remembered originally of their personalities. I just, in hindsight, when I think about these games, I'm like, I don't know how much you get to know them in the first one. There's more than I remembered in terms of kind of that bond building and learning about them. So I think it holds up great. I love it. I can understand why people think it feels clunky and weird, but it's just a different style of shooter.
That's exactly
and you just can't, you're not
about.
Playing it like Borderlands. You're not zipping around and double jumping all over the place. It's not that.
This is not Uncharted where you just get to you just flail around as Nathan Drake or whatever like that. You gotta zip towards the next cover, you know. Especially when you play on the harder difficulties, you know. That's the best way to move and keep your head down, because you can't duck and move at the same time. That's how you duck and move. You roadie run. So, I saw that it's verified on Steam Deck, so I think I might actually give that a shot now.
Sweet.
I don't fucking care about it being on PS5, but I do care about it being on PC. That'd be sweet. I do have a bone to pick with the graphics though. And this goes back to Gears of War Reload, the Ultimate Edition or whatever like that, because this is basically just an improved version of that version. I think it looks worse than the original Xbox 360 game, because here, I'll point out one example, and people in the comments or people watching can actually go look at this. Look up the level downpour in Gears of War 1, and look at the difference between how it looks in the Reloaded version and the Ultimate Edition, and how it looked like back in Xbox 360. The rain is way lighter in the new version, and it's so colorful in the new version. I don't like that. That the level of downpour, if for folks who don't remember, is when the game really leans into its horror roots. It's trying to be more like a survival horror game, and that's when you go to the factory and you find all the little guys, right? And
I don't know. It's been a long time since I've played that game.
Oh yeah, no, I remember. I fucking played Gears of War like fucking hundreds of times. So, like, it's just like that level in Xbox 360 looks dirty and dank and dark. It's so black, you know. And there's only like a dim yellow. There's only dim yellow flashlights, and the most you can see is mostly the blue lights on Marcus's armor, you know, and the flashes of the gun and maybe like the outlines of the little monsters, right? Versus in Reloaded, it's all colorful. There's blue and green and yellow and red and everywhere like that. And you can easily see the monsters. And the rain is like the rain effect looks so shitty compared to like what it used back then. You can see the mists of the water splashing on the armor and everything like that, like against the barely lit lights. And then you go to Reload it, and it's like it just looks like another video game level, you know? So
oh yeah, I can agree with that. It does feel like they took the darkness and used that as like, well, you know, it should look like this. And it's like, but the darkness added to the horror. The darkness felt like a design choice, and now it's like you're saying it was a limitation.
Yes,
and I didn't read it like that back then.
No. Yeah, you made that choice to make that make it horrible. And of course, the game it can be way more colorful. So the game deliberately drained all the color out of that level just to set that mood. But I think you also made that choice, or you made that observation during the stream, where you say Dom looks so clean, right? His face
exactly
is so shiny and everything like that, and that's the Unreal Engine 4 and I guess now 5-ness of it. But then you go back to Unreal Engine 3, baby, that grit, that dirt, you know, fucking you can see like the dirt stuck in like Dom's pores and everything like that, and he just can't fucking wash it off or whatever, you know. I think people should go back to just making Unreal Engine 3 games, man.
Oh. No, dude.
No.
Please.
Brad, you're forgetting. Arkham Knight is an Unreal Engine 3 game.
No, I'm not forgetting. And I'm remembering every other game that was an Unreal Engine 3, and everything was fucking brown and gray. And
but Arkham Knight wasn't brown and gray, though.
Bradley.
You know?
I know. We got like one or two good examples outside of it. No more, man.
Go back and do that shit all over again and don't make it so like, brown and gray. You know, just stick with Unreal Engine 3.
All those things at the time, it's like you could tell they're on Unreal Engine games a lot, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, you can do that now too with Unreal Engine 5.
It's way more varied compared to other things now. Way more. A lot more things are Unreal that you wouldn't have think of. Like back then, everything was pretty much Unreal Engine 3, and you're like, yeah, it looks like it. Totally.
Yeah, Splinter Cell was Unreal Engine also. Yeah.
But it's just like,
Unreal Engine, I agree with you, Gene.
It's perfect. It's got problems for sure. But we don't need Unreal Engine 3 things. Dude, they'd probably fucking blow up if they try to make it nowadays.
No, just do what Arkham Knight did again. You know, it's easy. I'm talking about my ass now. But, but look at what Arkham Knight did. You know, why can't all games look like that? And yes, Arkham Knight still looks like an Unreal Engine ass game. You know, fucking Bruce Wayne still looks like, you know, like a whole square jawed chud. You know, but you know that's fine. You know,
sure.
Make men great again.
Don't worry,
make men dirty again, like Dom did.
It's going to be a retro look. All those old retro looks come back in some way. Some guys could start Unreal Engine 3 trend. looking
Hell
games.
yeah, dude! I can't wait till I'm 50 and I'm playing the Unreal Engine 3 indie games.
Yeah.
That's what I'm waiting for, I guess. Anyways,
All
that's
right.
I need to watch the whole stream, but go check out Locke's edits. Apparently, it's very funny.
Oh,
very
his
black,
edits are
very black too. Apparently, for some people. So.
It is funny we got that comment because that is like in the compilation, the part where like I was doing like some Lil Wayne lines made it into the compilation. It's like, well, yeah, that was like the blackest I was gonna be all week.
Yeah, it was funny. Brought up Lazy Town. I was like, what the fuck's happening already,
dude? Yeah. I loved Lazy Town. Rest in peace, Robbie
weird
Rotten.
because of the edit. It starts with the Lazy Town song, and I recognize it. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, why is locked in the Lazy Town edit? Then someone brings it up later, like way later. I'm like, oh, okay. But like, how did you get brought up? Whatever. I shouldn't even be asking questions. I know how it goes at this company.
Oh, dude. Right. I mean, it's just one of those like, because one of the things that didn't make the stream was our discussion of internal cam videos, which we don't have to get into that. But Dustin and Con had no idea what I was talking about. But it's like the full stream got so off the rails. The compilation doesn't even sell it to you.
I'm definitely not watching it now.
No, please watch it. Please watch. You have to see.
Please watch it.
You have to see their surprise at finding out that this was a thing. They'd never heard of it. I was shocked.
I don't want to hear more about it, so yeah.
Anyways, Gene, we talked a lot on what we were playing yesterday with stuff like Hollow Knight, and you were playing Chronos: The New Dawn and stuff like that. Any updates you want to share?
I'm not really playing Chronos: The New Dawn. Let's be real. I played it for Summon Side just to give some flash impressions. I will go back to it though, because as I said on Summon Side, it did intrigue me a little bit more. It is a more truer to the spirit survival horror game than even Silent Hill 2 Remake was, because it has just real quick, Chronos has a huge emphasis on resource management, and also like saving your ammo. Like just in the first 3 hours, I ran out of ammo so many times. That never happens that early on, even or ever in a survival horror game these days in the modern context. So Chronos was kind of refreshing in that, like, oh, this game is going to kick your ass, and there's no difficulty settings either. So watch out for that. There's no difficulty settings either. You gotta deal with the punishment and the resources and everything like that.
Yeah, can I just add in that Colin and I noticed that one of the pre-order bonuses was 4 bullets, and he's like, the ammo must be extremely limited if 4 bullets is considered a pre-order bonus.
4 bullets will get you 1 enemy down. That's crazy. That's fucked up, actually. Actually, no.
That was included in the whole suite of the list of things that you get with the pre-order. One of them was like 4 ammo, and I was like, okay.
That's crazy. But yeah, that's enough of Chronos. Because I'll play it. Maybe I'll play it like in Halloween or something next month or something. It'll be a good game to play that. But I did, as I mentioned earlier in the show, I did beat Silksong last night. Got to the I got to the basic ending of the game, and now I want to 100% complete it. The game actually doesn't give me a percentage completion though, or maybe I just haven't found it. But and this is not spoilery, but the my main focus now is finding all of those cute little flea dogs. You gotta find all around. In Hollow Knight 1, you have to find all these secret grubs that are trapped in jars, and in Silksong, you gotta find all these little fleas that are basically like dogs, and they go "ow" when you discover them. It's so fucking cute, dude. I can't believe I never liked this art style before. I really like this art style. I really, really like this art style now so much. But I guess my overall impressions of the game, now that I've kind of completed it, is wow, this game really is like the Elden Ring of Hollow Knight, where you think it's over and it just keeps going and going and going. This is a massive, massive game. My buddy Pat said, I feel like I've been halfway through the game for the entire game. Where it's like you have so many powers and you've explored so much, and you're like, oh, I've done so much in this game, and then like the more you play, you're like, oh, I really haven't actually. There's just so much more to discover.
Yeah, it's a big game.
So it is a massive, massive game. I really do think that it really does actually like reach the heights of like almost Symphony of the Night. Again, as I mentioned in some insight, one thing I still retain my love for Symphony of the Night is the RPG aspects of it. And I don't know if Hollow Knight or Silksong would have benefited from becoming more of an RPG where you can level up and gain HP and everything like that. That would just make it a completely different game. Would it be one I like better? Maybe. But that gets into the conversation about difficulty, because if it was an RPG, this game would be easier. Because I would go as far as to say I think Silksong is a harder game than Elden Ring ever was. I think.
Maybe
because
in some ways, maybe.
There's nothing I struggle in Silksong longer than I struggle in Elden Ring, right? Elden Ring, like I struggled against a boss for like 3 days, right? And
okay.
There's nothing in Silksong that made me struggle for that long and that hard. But I never felt like... I do think that Silksong's platforming, especially, would keep the game out of reach for a significant amount of people, including Micah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Micah's on a platformer, right?
Yeah, Micah's out.
No.
100% out. Yeah.
So this game has so many like incredibly crazy like sicko platforming challenges that makes it like Celeste. If you guys played that game, and also like the worst, like the hardest levels of the Mario games, basically, where you have to constantly be jumping. The timing has to be perfect. You're climbing on the walls and you're sliding down, and you only have like half a second to respond to plan the next move, and you're just gonna die a lot. There was there's a section in the first Hollow Knight called Path of Pain that is like basically the ultimate platforming challenge in that game, and that was a real bitch to do. And this game didn't have anything quite that long and arduous, but it has way more of it everywhere, so that's kind of like where I think I stand on the difficulty. Whereas like the combat wasn't... I felt like the combat was really balanced really, really well. And I talk about a summon sign where, a lot of people are complaining about, enemies taking out 2 ticks, 2 pips of life, especially when you only start with 5. And like the game is so stingy with giving you lives, I still only have 7. I only got 2 more hearts after beating the game. That's crazy, right? That means I can survive like 4 or 5 hits, right? Sounds pretty hard, but Silksong does give you so many defensive options to kind of like play with, So you really gotta like, lock it and think of it as an action game. And I did. And, fights there would take me like maybe 4 like 7 tries at most, but I always felt that was fair and that was good. But it's like... But people complain about the runbacks to the bosses that are long. Part of the problem with the runbacks is that that it has so many platforming challenges. Oh my god, like to run back, you gotta go through this gauntlet of this bullshit platforming again, and then you get to the boss and you're so fucking tilted from all that like harrowing platforming that you kind of forget and you just kind of die again, and then you do the platforming again and you just die again, and you have to walk away from the game and just take a break, kind of like what you do in Souls games and Elden Ring. Again, I'm not calling Silksong a Souls-like, although this game does have more Souls-like aspects of it than even Hollow Knight, right? But I think the platforming is probably going to be the biggest filter for people in this game. So buyer beware. For sure. If you're not a big platforming person, either try Hollow Knight first to kind of like acclimate you to that. But I did go back and play Hollow Knight for a few minutes after playing Silksong, and it's so funny how slow Hollow Knight feels compared to Hornet. Vastly different platforming experiences for sure, but like Hollow Knight feels heavier and slower, versus Silksong is like lighter and just everywhere. But just be warned, if you're not someone who really is into platforming games, Silksong is probably not going to be it for you. But my overall impressions, incredible game. I'm trying not to be hyperbolic. I know I can get like that. So, like a big part of me wants to say like, oh, this easily is the game of the year. Easily now. But I've been saying that throughout the whole year, because this is a fantastic year for games. Yeah. I even fucking played Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Maybe that'll be my game of the year. Michael fucking loves it, right? A lot of people love it.
Absolutely.
And everyone keeps telling people, hey, don't forget KCD2, you know? Anyone who's played KCD2 keeps telling people that, you know? But
yeah.
For me, I think Silksong ticks all the boxes of what I enjoy out of all the Game of the Year games. Really, really solid platforming and gameplay from Donkey Kong Bonanza, an emotional story from Death Stranding 2, great music. Although I do think Expedition 33 still has a better soundtrack. But oh my god, dude, the soundtrack for Silksong is glorious, dude. Gets like transcendental towards the end too. Like it's so like I started turning off my podcast actually, you know. Because because Silksong, like when you're scraping the map, like it kind of is like a podcast game where you're like, okay, well I'm just running through the same areas, so whatever, right? And I don't need to hear this atmosphere and song yet, but like the atmosphere and music is so good that I actually just kind of want to just enjoy it for what it is as I'm playing the game. So, but that all of my praise for Silksong comes with all the caveats of like, man, this game is fucking hard. Like, do not apply if you do not want, if you're a little intimidated by tough games. But that said, I did beat the game in under 30 hours. So as long and as big as I thought this game was, in the end of the day, I still kind of actually spent the same amount of time as I did playing Hollow Knight, you know?
Yeah.
Finishing it. So
I mean, I think that's really long for a Metroidvania, especially.
Very long for Metroidvania. It is an epic. It is an epic saga.
Yeah. For me, I've been playing Hollow Knight 2 as well. I only got to play like 2 hours last night, so I think I'm at 16 hours maybe now for my playtime. And it's great. Yeah, my only complaint, I guess, is just some of the runbacks are just a little more annoying.
The runbacks,
I would like.
Yeah. I
don't mind runbacks every now and then, but I think it's just a little too much in this game sometimes. Yes. So I'm just like, you could tweak this a little bit, I think.
I kind of
difficulty-wise, I think the game's fine, honestly, for me. I don't mind dying to bosses a lot because it's always my fucking fault when I die. It's never like bullshit where I like... The only thing I will say is like sometimes my biggest strike against the game is also it's just the ads in some of the boss fights are just kind of like, It doesn't really make it more interesting or better.
It doesn't. Yeah, you're right. It doesn't make it that much more interesting, right?
Yeah, it just makes it kind of like more annoying, not more exciting or anything like that. I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah, there are some bosses where there's like two versions of the boss or whatever like that. Like that, I can understand, right? Like
that's fine. Like, yeah, that's no problem.
That's meant to tell a story, like the Mantis Lords of the first game, right? And they're a fairly early boss game, but like that's a game where you have to fight like 3 different bosses at the same time. And it's like that's part of the story and everything like that. But like in Silksong though, sometimes they're like, here's a big ass fucking fly, a monster fly, right? And it's just a monster fly, and then here's all these little buzzing flies coming in, and it's like they're just regular enemies, you know?
Yeah, and I think they do it too much in the game. If they didn't do it as much, I don't think it'd be a problem, really. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. Like one or a couple bosses have it, nobody. But I feel like it happens pretty frequently. I mean, not all the time, but
it does.
Enough for me to be like, all right, guys, let's tone it down on the ads here a little bit. It's not adding much to these fights. But the fights themselves are mostly really cool. I think really well done, really well telegraphed and all that kind of stuff. So really cool. But yeah, it is a challenging game, and I'm totally fine with that. It just makes everything feel more rewarding to me. Like finding stuff is very exciting for that because you never know. If you get an upgrade, often feels like a big upgrade. The level design itself, really fun, really awesome. Music, like you said, great. Everything connects in a really unique way. I like a lot of the NPCs and the quests. Like I want to do them and all that kind of stuff. So it's a good feeling with all that stuff.
I did finish every single NPC side quest as well, you know, and it was nice. That wasn't too hard to do. All that shit is actually really easy to follow. And as I mentioned on Summon Sign, some of the harder side quests, they will actually place a marker on the map telling you, you got to go here, you know, fucking figure that shit out. It's going to be tough, but this is where you got to go, you know?
Yeah.
And that's interesting. And so that's why I really think, you're right. I think we pretty much nailed it. I think the ads are bullshit, right? The runbacks can be tedious, and the platforming is crazy, you know?
Yeah, I don't mind crazy platforming at all. It's just, it's hard. A lot of it.
It's really hard.
It's really hard. A lot of it. Like you're going to die a lot in this game with that. And I know not everyone enjoys that kind of stuff. So like you said, be warned. if you're hopping into this game, you don't like platforming because there's a lot and it's demanding.
Yeah. There were many times where I was like, I just want to die right now. I just want to just not exist.
Just kill me.
Just kill me. Just kill me. This is stupid.
Yeah.
You know? So, but like I'm used to saying that, you know, also because I'm depressed.
I know that's just waking up.
Yeah. That's just existing, right? Yeah, I think that's pretty much it though.
Yeah.
Silksong's Bordercast though, maybe that should be fun.
Yeah, it'll probably be me and Gene if we do it. But yeah, it's one of my favorite games of the year. I don't know where I'd rank it or anything like that, but it's definitely some of the most fun I've had with gaming this year.
Definitely, I think for me, it's definitely between Donkey Kong Bonanza and this game now too, for sure.
Yeah, it's like I don't know, because I do love KCD 2 a lot though, so it's like that's probably top 5 for me.
There's another one. You're another one.
Yeah, and I didn't even play the first one, and I loved 2 a lot.
No kidding.
So it was great. Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, there's so much good shit this year. You know, whatever. It's all right.
It is. This is a year where it's going to be hard for me to be upset at the Game Awards and feel like, oh, they got snubbed. So long as I feel like as like Big Game wins something, I won't feel like they got snubbed. Like if KCD2 gets something, I'll say they recognized something it did well.
You know
this
what?
is a year where it's going to be hard to be upset about snubbing because everything's good.
That's a great perspective, Micah. You know what? I like that because when I think about it, like every single game, like even Expedition 33, like I like to pretend I hate it, but like I'd be happy for that to win, right? I would love if KCD2 it just came out of nowhere and just won Game of the Year. I think that'd be fucking sick, actually. You know, that'd be cool.
Yeah, would be sick.
A deep, immersive simulation RPG game. You know, again winning a Game of the Year. That'd be cool. Split Fiction, you know, why not? You know, actually, that would probably be the one I would be the most upset about, only because Joseph Fares already has a Game of the Year statue, you know, and it's like, bro, you don't need another one. Although this game was way better than It Takes Two, so I totally get it, you know.
Yeah. All right,
you guys should play Split Fiction.
Oh, I don't know if I'd be good enough at it because that's more platforming based, right?
It's platforming, but the platforming there is very, very generous.
Really, yeah. There's like no real penalty.
Oh, okay. See, one person had told me that it was pretty demanding, and I'm like, I just don't do platformers really because I loved the game where you're in prison. You know, I like that one a lot.
Way Out,
yeah, that is the name of it. Okay, I don't know why I thought that was the wrong name. Yeah, I mean, I like that a lot. But I was not sure if I would enjoy the platforming aspect of it. So I was kind of like, yeah, I don't know. So yeah, that'd be a consideration. We definitely want to get to Overcooked on stream at some point.
Shit. Yeah, that'll be a good stream.
that'll be the marriage counseling episode.
That'll be a funny ass one, dude. All right, let's get back to the news right here. Nintendo has won a lawsuit against a modder. Nintendo always going after the modders. I'm going to read this from VGC. Nintendo wins $2 million settlement against Switch mod chip seller who previously denied wrongdoing. Ryan Daly is also permanently banned from handling modded hardware again, or ever again, I guess. But yeah, Nintendo had this lawsuit with him going for $2 million. He has to pay for up to $2 million right now. They filed this in July 2024 against Michigan-based Ryan Daly, who operated a store called Modded Hardware. And there's just a bunch of information in there, but Nintendo, dude, they're coming for you, man. You gotta be careful, dude, if you're doing this kind of shit. So, like, as we know, they're still wrapped up with Pocket Pair for like Pal World and all that kind of stuff, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a huge story of all this kind of stuff going on there, but what do you think of this, Mike? Do you think Nintendo is being a little harsh when they don't need to be, or do you think it's totally fine?
So the article states that Nintendo contacted this man in March of 24 and threatened to sue him unless he stopped selling it. And then he continued to sell it. Oh. So you're fucked. You're fucked. They gave you a warning. Nintendo didn't knock on his door and immediately say, "You're fucked, dude." They said, "Stop selling these." And he said, "Okay." And then he just kept selling them. At that point, Nintendo is just well within their rights as any business to go after this man. They didn't immediately, go full force at him. They did warn him. So in that case, I feel like they did what they should have. To stop fucking around with Nintendo.
Yeah. According to Nintendo's complaint, Daly had originally agreed to stop selling the unauthorized devices, but continued to do so, claiming that he was looking for a new lawyer. Nintendo therefore filed a complaint at a federal court in Seattle, accusing Daly of 6 charges, including trafficking in circumvention devices and copyright infringement. So there's a lot of that going on here. But Nintendo's original lawsuit claimed that Daly not only sold modern Switch consoles and MIG switchers to customers, but also offered in mail-in services with enabled players to send in their Switch consoles and have them returned modded, often with pirated games installed. Quote, defendant not only offers the hardware and firmware to create and play pirated games, but he also provides the customers with copies of pirated Nintendo games, the platform holder's original complaint said. Quote, typically
wasn't that... I'm sorry. Wasn't that okay. Like the crux of the argument against that? What was the name of that company that they had like a Discord set up where they like helped you with the emulation and also provided some of the keys to the games. It's like that was really their downfall. Was you can no longer say that you're not in the business of pirating games when you're providing people access to where to get pirated games. In a like paid for Discord server. That was where they really fell apart, and that seems to be the biggest issue for this guy is actually providing the pirated content. You just can't deny that.
Yeah. So this guy got caught dead to rights, sounds like. Was warned. Continued to go ahead though. I don't know, the old saying, fuck around and find out, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, Nintendo, I mean, they're known for coming after people, so you just got to be aware of this kind of stuff, especially if you're selling your services for this kind of shit. They'll really come for you. Gene, I don't know. Any quick thoughts on this whole thing going on here? This whole scandal.
Same as Micah. I mean, sucks to ruin a life, but I mean, you know, that's just you're in the system, you know. And the Nintendo uses the system, and they warned you, and you could have stopped this. But I mean, that said, though, I understand, I just talked about preservation, right? And how modders and emulation was needed to revive Final Fantasy Tactics, Right. So it's like, like on principle, if the laws if there were no laws, it's like, yeah, Nintendo stopped a guy from doing what's probably a good thing, Well, modding is different than emulation.
Than emulation,
right? Yeah.
I guess. Like, he was changing hardware and like providing people with the ROMs themselves and the keys and all that kind of stuff, and charging people, like making money off it.
Oh well, yeah. That you're not preserving that. You're just trying to scam people, basically. So that sucks. So yeah, well, fuck this guy then.
I
don't know him. I don't know. I don't care.
It was Yuzu is the company that had their Discord. Okay. I knew it was a fruit, but I couldn't think of what it was.
Yuzu was a big one. And a lot of people were like, "Oh my god, it's going to change emulation forever," and it kind of didn't. So whatever.
And they had their Discord was officially shut down because they were providing too much assistance to users. Yeah. And that was their ultimate the nail in the coffin for them of you're actually providing people the pirated games.
Yeah.
That's you can't get around that.
Yeah, you're done when that happens.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing really wrong with emulating yourself as a hobby, right? But
right, like providing instruction is way different than providing the actual games.
Yeah.
And if you're fighting this, if you're going to make an argument in court about what your service is, it is very different to provide the 10 steps than it is to actually say, and here's the free game. I mean, that's just... Nintendo has some of the best lawyers in the business, it sounds like.
They'll get you.
You're not getting away from this.
Kirby is named after a lawyer. So yeah, that's how much they love. Fucking Howard Lincoln was their lawyer, and he became the president.
Crazy. All right, just a small thing right here. Sega and Atlus have announced their TGS lineup, which is TGS is at the end of the month. I always forget exactly what days, but I always know it's at the end of September. Oh, here we go. Tokyo Game Show is September 25th to 28th. So here is their lineup that they have announced. I'm reading this off Gamatsu. Football Manager 26, Persona 3 Reload Switch 2, which will be playable there. Persona 5, The Phantom X, which is the gacha game. I think it's a gacha game. Sega Football Club Champions 25, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, which is playable. Virtual Fighter, REVO Revo World Stage. And we have 4 coming soon titles that they have listed here. Of course, we don't know the names of these games, but 4 coming soon titles. Gene, as a big Sega guy, what do you think some of these titles could be?
I just saw that Panzer Dragoons Y remake just got announced. So that's awesome.
Oh, Panzer Dragoon, really?
Yeah, so that's amazing. That's a classic. Sorry, I'm just texting work right now too. But that's a classic game. So all of these are not that exciting though, honestly.
I thought you liked that Sonic game, the racing game.
Oh yeah. Well, Sonic is awesome, but there's just too much out right now. Even Persona 3, I don't care about.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Even if they had Persona 4 remake, I don't care about that either. Honestly,
What about Virtual Fighter? What is it, 6 coming out? And
I don't think we're going to see anything from RGG until the RGG anniversary event later this year.
Okay.
So I think they're holding their cards close. I think RGG wants to have their own thing. So
okay.
But coming soon title, maybe Jet Set Radio, that Jet Set Radio remake, right?
Yeah.
Crazy Taxi, sweet. Right? They're really leaning in on their classic IP. So, and again, Panzer Dragoon coming back too. So,
yeah. Micah, any guesses what's one of these 4 games could be for you?
Honestly, no. I don't know what to expect out of them. And with Gene, Persona 3 Reload coming to Switch is great, but I already played the PSP version of it that they gave us on Switch, so I'm not too excited. But gotcha. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to expect.
Not sure. Yeah, I don't know. Could be time to hear maybe Persona 6, but maybe that would be at Keely's birthday or something. I don't know. They might save that for something, not TGS, but you never know. But we'll keep an eye on that. I think it's too early for Vanillaware and Atlus to do something, probably, because Unicorn came out last year, wasn't it? Last year?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's probably too early for that, unless they do a port of it or something to switch to or something. I'm not sure. All right. So TGS will be keeping an eye on that for sure. Always exciting. And just a quick final thing here about Resident Evil games possibly coming to Switch 2, which makes sense to me. But Dust Golem, who is a well-known Capcom Resident Evil leaker, has said that all the Resident Evil RE Engine games are coming to Switch 2, as one might expect, which makes sense to me. Capcom's all about putting their games on pretty much everything whenever they can. I think 7 was on Switch as well, but it was cloud version. And I don't know if any of the other versions were 2 or 3 remake. I'm not sure if they're cloud or not. But this means we're going to get 2 remake, 3 remake, 4 remake, I assume. Maybe Village, and maybe a new version of 7
also
like
the
that.
Original PlayStation versions too. I would love
that.
That'd
be nice. I would really like that a lot because I love those games. Because the remake and 0 are already on Switch. So, I mean,
yes.
I don't know. I'm sure they're just going to probably put everything on there. But cool. You're able to play those on the go if you want to. Is a nice option because they're great games.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. I mean,
I'm not going to buy them on there, but it's cool.
He's going to buy them.
Well,
no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
I will buy them on physical if they're not a game key card, right? If they are a game key card, though, I might not even buy them, though, right? Because guess what? I can already do portable Resident Evil, the whole series 1 through 8 on the Steam Deck. I have the whole series on the Steam Deck, so that kind of lost its luster a little bit. But if they're good looking versions, I might play 2 or 3 again. I mean, Resident Evil is my favorite series, so it's like if I'm gonna buy Yakuza, if I'm gonna fucking play Yakuza Kiwami 1 on the Switch 1, I gotta play.
Nobody told you to do that, Gene.
Nobody told me to do that, but I gotta play Resident Evil 2 at least on the Switch. So
I just picture Brad has played these games so many times he can just shut his eyes and just play it in his head. Well, like he's just going through each encounter and he's just remembers all of it.
That's funny you say that, Micah, because my buddy Pat Stares he it's September subathon, so he actually just reached a sub goal where he will now help his wife play Resident Evil 2 while he is blindfolded. Because he remembers the game so well that he can just
crazy.
He can just be like, well, okay, so you go to this room, you go to that room, that like, and I could see you doing that too, but yeah, I don't know if I know any game that well actually.
That's the thing. There are, in terms of the story beats, it's like, okay, things that just become immediately like, yeah, I remember as soon as I see it. But if you asked me, like, give me the entire play-by-play on Red Dead Redemption, a game I've played several times, so it's like, I can't.
That's too long.
Yeah, I mean, it's an open world game too.
Yeah,
so
open world games I don't think you can do. Resident Evil is nice and compact. I think you can even probably do that with Metal Gear Delta or Metal Gear 3, because it's just so linear, right?
Yeah, like I can lay out like a lot of A Link to the Past or Ocarina of Time in my head, just like easily go through a lot of that game. I was actually thinking, I'm like, maybe I should try to stream Link to the Past with Colin, and I could probably maybe beat it in one stream, maybe. But it is a long game if I do a lot, which I always want to do. But yeah, I know that game pretty well, or a lot of those games.
I have played that. I have beaten that game in one sitting too. It's a lot of fun.
It's possible. Yeah,
it's fun. Yeah,
it's just that. Yeah, it's short enough. It's still like decently long, but short enough if you know what you're doing.
Yeah,
I did not know what I was doing. That was the problem.
I mean, Resident Evil games I can play. I definitely play those in
one
sitting,
yeah, especially the earlier ones. Easily
so,
do one sitting.
Fun. I beat Resident Evil Remake 1 in at an hour and 45 minutes. It was so cool.
All right. Let's answer some questions from the audience. If you want to write into the show, I post a thread every Sunday on our Patreon calling for your submission, so keep an eye out there. This is from Keith Richards from the Rolling Stones. Wow. Hey, Gooners and Gene. I'm a dad with 2 kids, 8 and 4, so based on my work/family schedule, I get maybe 4 to 5 hours a week of dedicated game time, which is split into 1-hour segments. I got to switch to and bought Breath of the Wild with the upgrade, but I'm honestly not sure if it even makes sense to attempt it. I can probably fingle a few more hours a week to devote to gaming, but it just seems daunting. I'm 3 hours in right now. Do I march forward or find a shorter game? I was heavy into EverQuest for 15 years, so I'm not a stranger to gaming hardcore hours, but now that I have kids, I just can't seem to devote the time that these games demand. I'll hang up and hang brain while waiting your advice. Hang brain? I don't get that. What is that?
Isn't that to go in commando?
I don't know.
Is that not what that means?
I mean, it might do. I have no idea, dude. There's so many like fucking sayings for dick and balls.
Things about balls.
Yeah. I have no idea, dude.
Balls.
Balls, yes.
You mean balls, yes.
So let's see. Keith here doesn't have a lot of time. He's playing Breath of the Wild right now. He said he's 3 hours in. He said he could probably play like an hour segments when he does. My thing here is, Keith, is just if you're having fun playing the game or not. If you're not having fun and you're just thinking about beating the game the entire time, then you should probably move on.
Yes.
But yeah, Gene, do you kind of agree? Do you think he should stick it out or find something else?
I think you said it great. If you're trying to play the game to beat it, then you're not going to beat it anytime soon. But what I was going to say is that if you find it relaxing to play Breath of the Wild within an hour, then yeah, you should keep playing it. But as Brad put it perfectly, if you're so anxious about finishing stuff, because Breath of the Wild is not a game where you're going to complete a lot of objectives. Honestly, there's not. Yeah. That's why Colin fucking hates the game, because there's no checklist. There's no checklist to do anything.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a game meant to be exploring, and like all the upgrades that you get will be subtle, right? You're not going to be like da 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 every single time, right?
Yeah, Colin does hate when a game doesn't tell him what to do.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
it's so funny. It's so funny. It's why I play Hollow Knight with a guy like just like the way he does, and I fucking hate Hollow Knight as a result. Turns out that's a shitty way to play games, but it works for Colin. But yeah, if you got that brain where you need to complete things, then don't do it. Play something lighter for sure. Play a Mega Man game if they still made those. But don't play Silk Song. Like that.
No, yeah, that's a long game too.
I couldn't. I don't. Silk Song is not a game, even though it's way shorter. Actually, you can beat Breath of the Wild in like 30 hours too, easily. But
yeah, you can.
But again, that's not a game where you feel like, oh, I did that for an hour. Like you need to be happy with making chipping away like a bonsai tree, not just demolishing meals.
Mm-hmm.
If you can do that, then yeah, keep playing, because it is one of the greatest games of all time. But you gotta get into that mindset. But
yeah.
All
right.
Yeah, Micah. People make fun of me for not being married and having kids, and I'm like, look, man, I had a date cancel on me over the weekend so I could play Silk Song, baby, and guess what? I'm super happy about it. Yeah. I'm still getting laid.
Dude, yeah.
I'm still getting laid in general, so it doesn't matter, like.
People keep bringing up the kid thing with us, and it's like, yeah, but otherwise I wouldn't have put 50 hours into Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar in 2 weeks. Like, you
didn't get that nut, from...
I just don't understand, like, just mind your own fucking business, dude. It's like, why does it even matter?
Oh, that too. Like, sincerely, like, if you think I'm a kid person, like, you don't know a fucking thing about me.
Yeah, not everyone is, or whatever. It's like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't feel let me just have sex and then spend $1 million for the next like 10 years or whatever,
yeah,
on some new human, that doesn't sound great.
New human. But yeah, Micah, what do you think? What do you think? Should he keep playing Zelda or look for something else?
Like you guys said, if he's having fun with it, keep rolling. When I was working full time at the IT office and playing Persona 5, that game took me 100 hours, and that took me a couple months because I was playing at most 2 hours on a weeknight, but usually an hour, 90 minutes was like the max. And then on weekends, I would have a couple more free hours. Obviously I didn't have kids, still don't. But like, that's a game that took me months to beat, and I was having a blast. It didn't get old, and I continued to just enjoy it. So if you're having fun chipping away an hour at a time, keep going with it. Mm-hmm. If you don't mind that, yeah, it's going to take you several months to actually get through the game, or to just say, I had enough fun with it, I'm going to move on to something else. But like, I did not mind chipping away at a game like Persona 5 over the course of many weeks when I was working full time and did not have as much time to dedicate to it.
Mm. Yeah. Persona 5 is easy to do though, because that one has definable goals. Like, oh, I finished today, I did this, right?
It does, yeah. I'm just, if you're having fun with it,
sure, yeah,
and don't mind that it's going to take a couple months, then
the difference is that Breath of the Wild is not a snack game. This is not a game that you can snack on. Or if you're okay with snacking on like a big piece, as opposed to like Persona 5, you can take it piecemeal by piecemeal, or even like Gears of War, you can do it by level or whatever like that. But like Silk Song or this, like these are fucking open world adventure games. You can't just accomplish stuff like in a short setting. That's where you gotta be. You gotta be okay with doing that, and you gotta be you gotta be okay with ending a session and realize, okay, I didn't really do much, but I did get this many apples or whatever. And
exactly.
I unlocked this. I unlocked this tower, or I found this area, and then then 2 days from now, when the kids are asleep, I can try to do this a little bit more. If you're okay with that, I don't know how to get into that, because I don't have fucking kids, and I don't, I don't really play games like that. I can play games for like at least 2 hours at a time, or 3 hours at a time, but.
And also, being willing to consult a guide if you say, like, if he says, tonight I want to find a piece of heart, and just saying, well, tonight I'm going to follow a guide to go do that and get it done within this hour. That's a way to approach it as well, and to kind of tackle a big game like that that's more abstract, and say like, all right, I have a goal of, I want to get another heart piece. I want to get another heart container, whatever. And you could do it like that. You're not using a guide for every step through the game, but to say that I want to do this tonight and I need to do it efficiently because I have 1 hour.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're okay with that, but Breath of the Wild is a game where you're supposed to be relaxing and taking your time and soaking in the environment, If you're not doing that, then I'm not sure the game is for you. So.
Yeah. All right. Let's see your next question or write in from Tim Chaten. Hey there, or Chatten. Hey there, puncher uppers. The Nintendo Switch 2 is really having a sports game revelation for me. We now have Madden and NBA 2K in very good versions, and it's making me understand why people love these games so much. The story mode of NBA 2K26 is much more in-depth than I expected. I really hope MLB The Show gets a native Switch 2 version next year. Are there any genres like sports games that you didn't give a shot or a shot on traditional home consoles, but are trying more of them because of the handheld nature of Switch and Switch 2? I'm out on this one. No. There's nothing I'm giving more of a chance because it's handheld.
Yeah.
What about you, Micah?
No, I mean, I'll say like Persona 5 Strikers is a great example of I don't typically like those games where there's a million enemies on screen. I don't typically like those, but I gave it a try because I said, well, I love Persona 5 and it's on handheld. Mm-hmm. But it did not make me try more of those games because I outside of that, I'm like, I don't want to play more of this. It's the property, it's the license that I was attracted to. And, you know, it was a really cool game, but I wouldn't play the Zelda version of that, despite the fact that I like Zelda now, you know? So, no, not really. Because it's like, I just love playing almost everything on handheld anyways. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
And like
same thing with me. Yeah.
Yeah, like I love sports, but I don't really love sports games. I liked the era of like arcadey sports games, and you know, there's still some out there, but like NFL Blitz on GameCube, excellent. However, watching football every week and listening to the podcast is enough football for me, and I don't need more football in my gaming time. I get enough sports consuming them on the television and the podcasts, really.
Yeah. Sadly, I don't think there's ever been anything where I'm like, yeah, I enjoy this more because it's on a handheld. It's usually the opposite for me.
Yeah, it is funny, Brad, that you really just are not into the handheld gaming at all. Like for me, and actually with Switch 2, because it is so heavy, for the most part, I do play it with the new and improved kickstand. I do just play it on it's up on the couch cushion next to me, and I'm using the Pro controller, and I'm just using it as a mini TV, and that is my new favorite way to play. I fucking love it.
I think handheld's great for a lot of reasons, and it's awesome. Like I do it occasionally, but it's not my preferred way to play. You know, I'm happy it's an option. It's really cool, especially if I was a kid. That would have been fucking awesome for road trips or some shit. But yeah, I just usually prefer to play on a nice screen or something, like a nice big screen if I can help it. More power to all you out there.
Brad, fucking size queen over here.
That's right.
It's gotta be a big screen. It's gotta be a big fucking 4K big screen.
OLED screen, yeah, absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely, dude. If I'm gonna be staring at this thing forever, I might as well get a good one.
That's what I said about my wife.
Yeah, it's nice. All right. This is from JP. Hey, Goombas. I'm primarily a PlayStation user, but I got a Switch 2 for the ease of indie gaming in handheld mode. I've never owned a Switch before, and I'm finding the ergonomics make it difficult to use the back triggers while holding the console comfortably. I know Brad primarily plays in docked mode, but have any of you used a third-party grip to improve the ergonomics? Do you think they're worth the money, or am I better off just using the Switch 2 in tablet mode with a controller? Thanks as always for the wicked pissa content. Is that a little Massachusetts? Wicked pissa. Get in the car.
Yeah, that's too Boston for me. That's
all
Boston.
I know. Yeah, that's all I know.
Like we definitely say wicked, but I have never in actual conversation thrown out wicked pissa. That's not
wicked pissa.
No, that's not me.
That's not you.
No.
A little too elegant for that. It's too sophisticated, Micah.
We're just in a different part of Mass. You know, it's just a whole different area when you go out west.
Yeah. All right. Gene, I don't know. Do you use any third-party grips or anything like that? Or any suggestions or any good things you've heard about any?
I don't have it here with me right now, but I talked about this many times before. Absolutely. It's the only way I play the Switch 1 and Switch 2 handheld. I use a grip. The ones, is it worth the money? I don't know. Is $30 a lot of money to you? If it is, then maybe not, but it's $30, man. Come on, right?
Yeah, if you want something like decent, yeah, you have to spend $30.
Yeah, spend $30, $20, $25. Buy a Satisfy grip. That's the one with the offsides thing. because they understand that your left thumb needs to be kind of like a little bit more vertical, which is why the DualSense sucks, because it's like your thumbs are trying to be like horizontal, whatever.
I can't stand it.
Right, exactly. We're DualSense haters over here.
I love the DualSense. I'm not.
No, your thumbs have got to be asymmetrical. I can't do the side by side sticks. I can't do it.
Gotta be asymmetrical.
Brad's got some fucked up thumbs.
For that loud ass clunky Xbox controller any day of the week.
Xbox controller is a feat of engineering. It's the best controller on the market.
It's a feat of something. All right.
Jesus
feat of
Christ!
Being an annoying bitch. That's what. It's
oh my God!
You heard it right
all
here.
All of you.
Clicking
you
and
got
clacking.
Misophonia. It's not my problem.
Anyways, Satisfy Grip, or I do. It was called Skull Company, but now they're just called something else. Skull Grip. They're called Neo Grip now.
Neo Grip. Okay.
So I bought that for $30 for the Switch 2. That is symmetrical, and that works fine. It's colorful, so you can switch out the colors for the grips too. Absolutely makes a huge difference. Massive difference. Don't play your Switch 2 naked. Slip on a grip on it. Slip a grip on it.
Slip a grip on it.
Yeah. I didn't mean for that to sound so sexual, but it is. So
it couldn't be helped.
It couldn't be helped. But slip a grip on it, and you will not regret it. It is. You can play as a tablet with a controller, but are you going to be really hunched over your table playing a game, or do you just want to just hold your Switch 2 wherever?
See, sometimes what I do is I lay down on the couch, kind of like you lay down, your head's propped up, and I prop the Switch up on my chest, and then I'm using the controller, so I'm the table, and then you don't have to lean over it.
Yeah. Use your titties, use your titties out there as a table, That I meant to sound sexual, yes. But yes, buy a grip. I recommend the YouTuber Kevin Kenson. Kevin Kenson. He does a lot of reviews on video game accessories. It's very thorough, and he usually gives like really thorough reviews, and he has a good perspective on what works and what doesn't. Sometimes he'll take sponsored content, but he only takes sponsors from things that he likes to use. So check that guy out. But if you want more recommendations, for me, the Neo Grip and the Satisfy Grips are the two best from what I've used, and they're great. Definitely get it.
Yeah. I was thinking about handhelds, and I think a lot of reason I don't really like playing on them is I think they're too big now. I think they're just too big, bulky bitches, and I miss like the more sleek form factor of older handhelds a lot. Maybe that's part of it.
Switch 2
is fucking huge, man. I'm talking like, I miss like the old DS and like Game Boy Advance size kind of things.
The Switch Lite, when Colin got me one for Christmas last year, it was just like, this is refreshing to go, because at first you say, well, is this going to be a downgrade from the bigger screen? But it's just a different experience. And I truly do love the Switch Lite, especially for travel. Like, it's still my absolute favorite thing to bring on the plane with me. It just takes up so much less space in your bag. But it's just so much lighter to hold. Because for me, the Switch 2, the problem isn't the ergonomics. Like, it's just heavy. And I just get sick of holding the thing after 20 minutes versus just putting it in tablet mode and using the Pro Controller. That's been my favorite way to play so far. But I'm with you, Brad, that the big pretty screen is nice. Yeah. But I love the Switch Lite's actual portability, and that I don't get tired wrists after playing it for 2 hours. It's fantastic.
I use a grip on the Switch Lite as well.
They have grips for the Switch Lite. Wow.
Yes, tiny little grips. Just make it just make it a little, just a little squeezing thing. But that's why I like the Steam Deck the best, actually, though, because the ergonomics is pretty good. It's already there. It's pretty heavy, which is why it acclimated me to the heaviness of the Switch 2, right?
That's the thing. When I was choosing what I wanted to do to play like Xbox games remotely, and it's like, well, do I just start buying games on PC, or do I get the Logitech G Cloud? And the heaviness of the Steam Deck was a major factor. Like, when I Googled like, what's this thing actually weigh, and it's like over a pound, and it's just like, dude, It's just not happening for me. I mean, maybe now that I've been pumping iron, maybe now I could handle it. But back then, you know, when I was just a wee shrimp, it wasn't happening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I like handhelds most when I feel like I can just put it in my back pocket pretty easily and just kind of whip it out for 20 minutes or something like that. 23 minutes, put away.
Pretty tough to do now. Yeah,
yeah,
sure.
Like
the Switch Lite, you can
everyone's
still
holding
do.
a fucking laptop pretty much. It seems like with the handhelds now, and I get it. Like they're much more like people prefer that probably greatly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a boomer and I like the small, sleek factor.
It's just the nature of electronics these days, like phones, you know, the phablet, as it's called, phones getting so fucking huge, which I feel like hit its zenith and then kind of backed off again. But it's like, dude, I just want a phone that fits in my pocket. And for these days, it's like, well, we got the iPhone mini, you know, it's not what I have. I have the last of the SEs. But it just is like, dude, the iPhones are getting so fucking huge. Everything's the phones are massive now.
Yeah, and I know that Sony, whatever PS6 handheld will probably be big too, because that's just kind of the way handhelds are skewing nowadays. But the screens are nice.
Oh yeah, and I mean different device altogether, but like the Portal is quite ergonomic. It's not something I really use, but it's like that's a nice device to hold. It's a good balance of weight, screen size, you know, and ergonomics, I feel. However, it's, you know, streaming to it. It's not the same thing as the Steam Deck having all that hardware. You know, the Portal is streaming to your console. But that's like a really good balance of like size of the screen, how it feels to hold.
You know what sucks about the Portal is that, you know, maybe I just haven't found a good case for it, but the case I have is so much bigger than any other case I have for anything else.
Oh, really?
Yeah, damn, because it's such a weird fucking shape that like it needs to be a specially designed case to fit like the screen and those fat ass grips or whatever like that, and to make sure that it doesn't crack. So that like my Portal case is just like chunky versus like the Steam Deck one, which is like nice and slim, and you can just toss it into a backpack or a purse or whatever like that. But yeah, the Portal is, I don't know, maybe I just need to go shopping for better cases. And also I'm not really going anywhere with the Portal because who cares, right? So
yeah, we don't have a case for it because it's never left the house, I don't think. But that's an interesting point to make of, it is very oddly shaped. And the screen section is really thin.
It's so thin, that's why like a thin case probably wouldn't do it well, because it'll just probably still shatter under that. So it needs to be like a nice big old cushion versus like, you know, the Steam Deck itself is already, you know, a meaty object. So it just needs a layer of protection over it. You know, it's not under threat of just cracking in half all the time. Right.
Right. All right, final write-in here is from a rabbit that eats hawks. Are there any recipes you keep going back to on the smoker? I assume the stream, Micah. Personally, I make a chili recipe quite regularly that has me smoking the meat over the top of the chili and then attic in it after about 2 hours of being smoked. I absolutely love it. I probably make it once every 3 weeks. All right, smoker recipes, Micah, that you come back to.
Oh, yeah. I mean, my absolute favorite is beef short ribs. That is my favorite thing to do on the smoker. You can get a really good price on them at BJ's is where I shop, but Costco as well. And just, you know, look for nice meaty ribs. You want to get ones that have a lot of meat on the bone. But it's just like a 4-hour recipe. I follow the method from Cooking with Rye, which is an excellent YouTube channel that I highly recommend. It's just 2 hours on the smoke and then 2 hours in a foil pan. They're done, you know, easy peasy. I also really like doing pulled beef using chuck roast. So when a chuck roast is on sale, get a nice marbled one. That's another similar method of do a couple hours in the smoke. Foil pan with like beef broth and onions is my favorite, because then when you shred it, it makes like really good sandwiches. You get the onions all mixed in. Hey Grill Hey has a great video for that, and so does Heath Riles. I've kind of fused their two methods. I like to do Heath Riles is like higher temp at the end to just kind of get it done faster. You can also just pop it in the oven once you're kind of done with the smoke. But yeah, pulled beef and short ribs are what I make the most. And like pork ribs, we're getting more into now that I discovered the savory, you know, side of things. Colin's not really big into sweet barbecue. So ever since we started doing the salt and pepper ribs, that's been a game changer. And for that, I just use the Kinder's salt, pepper, garlic on the ribs instead of, sweet rub or sweet sauce. And I wrap them with butter and a little more rub. But yeah, that's been a go-to because he really took to those. He didn't even really like ribs before, but now he's a big fan, and I get to make ribs more often.
Nice. All right, I have no go-to smoker recipes. Sorry to share. Gene, do you have any go-to smoker recipes you want to share with the class?
No, when I think about smoker, I think about what I used to be, and how badly I still want to smoke. But that's about it, though.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're done. Another episode in the books. I hope we get one of those directs coming up. The rumors it might be this week. I think if it is this week, we'll hear tomorrow or Thursday.
Xenoblade update. Come on, guys. And of course, Twilight Princess. Please.
Yeah.
We're dying.
Yeah, give us Twilight Princess, dude.
We're literally dying. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sick of
every minute of every day.
Every minute of every day. Every minute of every day. At least put it
on the GameCube version or something. God.
Please, yeah, the GameCube version, but don't put on NSO for fuck's sake. God
they will. That's the only way they're gonna do it.
Oh my god, dude!
It's gonna be exactly like Wind Waker.
Yeah, it's exactly like Wind Waker.
Cloud version of Twilight Princess. I'm like, why?
Yeah,
this is worse than when I wanted to kill myself over Silksong.
Yep, that's right.
Oh my god!
All right, we're done. We're out of here, I guess. Anything you guys want to say before we get out of here? Or should we just call it a day?
I'm going to go light the grill right now, actually, and go get those steaks going.
All right, dude.
Ooh, that sounds so yummy. I can't. Well, why grilling on a Tuesday? Wow, that's awesome.
Grilling every day.
I try to grill a couple times a week when the weather is favorable. We're expecting rain tomorrow, so steaks have to be done today.
It's nice and crispy outside. It's 75 over here too in Washington D.C., so it's nice and crispy outside. Yeah, I'm gonna go play Ghost of Yote finally.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right.
I had a review code since Friday, and I haven't even fucking turned on the PS5 at all. All I did was download it and just fucking fucked off to Silksong land. But I still want to finish Silksong, so I'm actually gonna be. I'm still gonna be working on that. But I will dip my toe into Ghost of Yote and see what that's about. Probably have a lot of fun. So,
yeah.
You know what I don't like, though, is I hate people saying, oh, well, Ghost of Yote will definitely be a Game of the Year nominee. And it's like, you don't fucking know that. The game's not out yet.
You don't know it.
Yeah, you don't know it. Just because it's a Sony game,
Well, the first one was good, and I think Sucker Punch is a good studio. I understand why people assume, but it doesn't mean it will.
Yeah, I understand why people assume, but like you can't just say that, though. Like that's like and like Ghost of Tsushima was great. It's one of my favorite PS4 games of all time, but it's not that great, dude, like Expedition 33 is way better than Ghost of Tsushima. That's for damn sure.
Oh, I don't know if I'd agree with that.
Yeah. That's okay. I like Ghost of Tsushima's gameplay better, right? But
yeah,
the story of Expedition 33 is way better than Tsushima. That's for damn sure. So.
What the old lady samurai, dude? I love that lady. She had me on the edge of my seat. No.
Was she a side quest though? I forget.
Probably.
I feel like
a lot of those characters had side quests.
Yeah. The side quests in Tsushima were actually pretty good. And
that's the thing. They were so good that I'm like, was that not a main quest? Because I was fucking in it.
That's the thing. Yeah. like the main quest was so boring. I was like, oh my god, my uncle is disappointed in me. Blah.
No,
I'm a ninja now.
This is Ghost of Tsushima Erasure.
My uncle is mad at me because I'm killing now. Like, fuck this stupid fucking story.
No, but he didn't understand that the samurai needed to evolve to survive. Part of this, I am going to say, is I absolutely love the Hakuki visual novels. The whole kind of crux of those visual novels is that it's about the end of the samurai days. It's about the samurai being faced with guns and having to just accept that their way of life is over. Mm-hmm. And I love that shit. And so for me, it was like, dude, the internal struggle of like the honor of the samurai, but having to adapt unless you're going to get just mowed down by these people. Like, I loved it.
Have you watched the wonderful, amazing, incredible movie, The Last Samurai, starring Tom Cruise?
I have not.
that is an entire movie starring Tom Cruise about the samurai accepting their ways of life, that it may be over, and that these people with guns are coming in and they have to adapt. Fucking awesome movie. Yes, it stars Tom Cruise, and Tom Cruise is not the last samurai. The movie is not about him being the very, very last samurai in Japan ever. It's samurai, plural. The plural word of samurai is samurai. The whole story is about the last samurai in general. And Tom Cruise, we just happen to watch it through Tom Cruise's white ass eyes, right? But like, it's a fucking awesome movie. It's a great movie to have sex to, by the way. It's a great movie to have in the background and just like get, it's like a Netflix, like The Last Samurai and chill. Absolutely. But watch that movie if you want a great samurai story. Anyways,
let's get the hell out of here.
I'm so confused.
All right, see you next week, everybody. Bye. Punching Up, a Nintendo podcast, is a product of Last Stand Media and Collins Last Stand LLC and is proudly recorded in the USA. The show is written and hosted by me, Bradley Ellis. My co-hosts are Gene Park and Micah Moriarty. The show is edited and produced by Dustin Furman. All of Last Stand's theme music is by Ramon Narvaez. Punching Up, along with the rest of Last Stand's media shows, are fan-funded on Patreon at patreon.com/laststandmedia. The following names are at the producer level on Patreon, our highest tier, and we're grateful for your kind contributions and generosity to our independent endeavor. Thank you.